Please note, this is a non-profit project. All participants gave their time free of charge. This project is not affiliated with English Heritage or the Duke of Somerset. All music and video footage is not affiliated to the project. The images and music were chosen by the director and editor to complement the experience. A full list of information to the copyright is in the description.
That's actually the window, so it has it, that just fell out of.
Both of us at the same time walked into an energy pocket here.
We heard the growl just through
by the gates up there in the car park. Very much like what we're seeing now is these gates have been shut for protection.
This English heritage castle sits just outside Paignton in Devon. Its history steeped in intrigue make this an enigmatic and often feared location. Once thought to be built in Norman times, its construction began later in the 15th century, and years later, with added tales of incest, multiple murders and suicides, all adding to its rich tapestry, it makes for an interesting visit. My name is Alison Crocker, and I am a clairvoyant medium. The first time I visited this location was in 2005. I took my dowsing rods and was amazed at how many spirit people there are at this location. These spirit beings are not all grounded here. Some come in visitation. For me, the most haunted parts were the rampart terrace, the centre courtyard, the area of the Great Hall and stairs, the basement tower, and the area in front of the castle outside of the main gates. The drive to the car park is also curiously scary. On one visit, whilst navigating the narrow wooded decline in my car, I was overcome with the most terrifying and unusual fear. I tried to turn the car around on the narrow lane with a steep hillside on one side. It was a really foolish thing to try and do, but I was so terrified I had to get away. It's as if a dark cloud descended for no reason. Myself and two friends once had the most unusual time slip experience here, and others tell of seeing smoke rising out of chimneys that no longer stand whilst flying over in light aircraft. We were walking along this little lane past the old mill house, and birds stopped singing. A silence fell over the valley, and we all looked at each other as if we had stepped into another time. The little cottage looked as if it had gone back in time too. An old hand-cranked mangle in the garden seemed to be in working order. Large plants we had not seen before stood in the garden, big and bold ornamental grasses and ferns planted by the front door. There were no curtains up at the windows. After 30 seconds or so, the silence lifted and the environment turned to normal. We were all aware something had just happened. We just weren't quite sure what it was. Margaret Pomeroy, known as the White Lady, haunts the tower. Margaret was locked in the tower and starved to death as her sister was jealous of her beauty. Her presence can be strongly felt there. Two men fight with swords in the courtyard area, and another two men and a lady haunt the rampart walk area. I've not picked up on Eleanor as far as I know. In my opinion, Eleanor is not haunting here. She isn't grounded or held by the evil deeds, but she may come in visitation. The overriding spirit is that of a man in the main house. I believe he goes back to the 1500s and is a man with many secrets.
Yeah, I think they do, don't they?
Away from,
Yeah.
away from the, like,
All the
work-
hustle and bustle.
Yeah, away
Yeah.
from especially these working staff.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they used to do that quite frequently or on a daily basis. They used to come down
Just
here
come
on
for a walk.
for a walk,
Swing
yeah.
shifts.
Because it's quite peaceful down there, isn't it?
No, the quarry would have been here.
The quarry would have been probably in this area here. Yeah, they've got a little lime kiln as well over there, and they've got some caves as well. I think we've just gone past the caves, but they've got a lime kiln over there.
Okay. I definitely picked up like it was almost like stone quarry. They were getting stone out.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I thought stone was removed from along there.
Probably, yeah, but probably.
Along that direction, if it had come from the quarry, that seems only.
So I have heard that before. I've actually heard that before, and someone actually said that there wasn't really a stream here at all back in those days. So someone did say that. I don't know who said it, but someone said it last time when we came down here last time that there wasn't actually a stream here.
If we're going back to Norman and Tudor times, there wasn't a stream here at all.
No.
The stream was almost as if when they started digging out the quarry for the house,
Yeah,
they kind of made the stream.
they made the stream. Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Makes it does. Yeah, yeah.
Drainage,
Yeah.
For drainage
Almost like as
purposes.
if it was,
Yeah.
well, for water supply and drainage.
It definitely
Yeah.
does look designed like it's been channeled.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was more channeled than natural.
The natural, yeah. That it's.
But they would have found a natural stream.
But it's not been here that long. I think probably 17th century,
Right.
or probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking Elizabethan.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
Because that pond we passed is definitely not a myth.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she was picking up on blood
Yeah,
Blood in-
when we
in the,
walked past
in the
that
water.
Bridge, and the
Yeah.
I was
water
picking up on
looked
bloodletting. I was
Oh,
picking
was
up
you?
bloodletting there. That's
Right.
strange that you've said that.
Yeah, she was picking up on that
Because-
quite strongly, wasn't
Yeah,
you?
it's like as if someone who lived in the woods
Right.
used to be like a medic,
Ah,
like a
okay.
witch doctor type person.
Right.
Yeah,
Not that we would have had witch doctors here, because they're more voodoo, but it was almost like as if there was someone who lived within the woods that did all the natural healing
Yeah.
for the families and things, but
Yeah.
also did a lot of bloodletting.
Right.
And when we were on that bridge, I did feel bloodletting.
Right. Okay. That would explain then. Yeah, because I
Explain the
looked,
blood that you
looked
felt.
at
Got
it
attracted
and I
from
saw it blood, red blood
Yeah.
running down the stream.
I could physically see this gentleman, very old,
Yeah.
very gnarly, if that makes sense, a gnarly old
gnarly old gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like a bit of arthritis, but a really gnarly old gentleman doing bloodletting.
Right.
Oh
I
wow.
picked up on that bridge.
See down here, I feel a female energy.
Oh, do you?
Okay?
Yeah,
And I did definitely picked up on a woman.
very graceful.
Yeah. Very. She would have been quite high born, I think. She wasn't a commoner.
Oh,
by
no.
any
No.
stretch. And she was speaking a different language.
Yeah, they would have spoken the old English, wouldn't they, of
No,
the
I'm
time?
feeling French.
Oh, French, yeah, because they were French spoken.
Oh, it makes sense.
Because
Yeah,
the-
beautiful.
because the family were actually from Normandy, the Pomeroy family, and I think the Seymour family were from Normandy as well. So they would have spoken like the old French dialect
Yeah, that's what
from
I
the
think
time.
is French.
Yeah, yeah.
This woman would have been considered quite weird at the time. Almost
Okay.
Like she was touched in it. You know what they used to say, touched
Oh.
in the head.
Yeah.
But
The
this
blue
woman.
lady is
Blue
where
lady.
she's walking around.
Oh, is she down here? Is she?
I'm not seeing blue.
I'm seeing blue.
Oh, blue. Oh,
I'm seeing blue.
oh, wow.
And to me, she's down here. This
Right.
Oh, she comes down as well, the blue lady.
sanctuary.
Wow, didn't know
To
that.
me, to me, this is her sanctuary. This is where.
Oh, this is where she used to come to contemplate and
Well, her mind didn't think as an adult.
no.
She was very child-minded.
Oh, was
I
she?
think she loved flowers and
She
plants.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, because there has been mediums that have picked up on her at the castle. Where she picks flowers. She
Yeah.
picks flowers a lot,
Yeah, that's what I'm picking.
and
up.
Isabella as well.
Yeah.
Isabella picks the flowers.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
Wow,
feeling
yeah.
she's here, collecting and foraging.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I feel.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
very
It's strange.
foraging.
You're seeing blue, but I saw in white.
Mm.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, the blue lady. Yeah.
But I'm also feeling that torment and that child mind that she had.
It's almost like she was, even though she was aware of us, she was in her own mind. She was off somewhere else and almost like rhyming, you know, sing-songing. It definitely
I know
is not
it sounds
right.
strange because it would never have been thought about back then, but almost autistic.
Autistic, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost autistic.
Almost autistic, yeah. Yeah.
Asperger's, then autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way her mind is.
Her mind is, yeah.
And
It's not.
obviously, back then,
Back
she'd
then.
just been hidden away from the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just different in the way she projects herself.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. She would, yeah. Her personality would be on the spectrum. You know, probably like maybe a mild form of it. But it wasn't called Asperger's, was it, back then?
I think this would have been mild. I think this would have been a bit.
Oh, would it?
Yeah.
Would it be more than mild, would it? Yeah.
If we had the spectrum back then, obviously.
Yeah.
Asperger's. Possibly a bit EDA because she seems a bit angry at times.
Yeah.
She has a bit of anger issues.
But
But
she's
then
very
that could
happy
be.
down here. though.
She's happy down here, yeah.
This is her.
Yeah.
This is her happy place,
Yeah.
away from the family where she was judged.
Yes, exactly. She was free down here.
Yeah. She needed to get away from the family, didn't she? So
She was always judged.
she always judged and ridiculed as well. Yeah.
Because white is a purer colour, so it might be
That she is pure.
That's her expression of how she's feeling down here.
She feels the purity amongst the nature.
Yeah. She just needed to get away sometimes, have a sort of space and freedom to do whatever she wanted to do, where she would felt more comfortable as well.
Yeah.
She would- to be herself. Yeah. So it's,
Oh, it's almost like it was more open. There was less like overgrowth.
There was, not much. It was
Yeah.
quite open.
Yeah.
I also feel that she scattered seeds and grew flowers.
Yes.
And
yeah. That's what they used to do though
Because that's
back
what
in
I'm
those
doing.
days,
I'm
didn't
doing
they?
this 'cause
Yeah.
I want to scatter seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they used to do.
Absolutely love plants.
That's what they used to do back in those days, didn't they? And I believe that they used to go back and forth to the castle from the mill as well. So I think they used to come back and forth to the mill, didn't they, from the castle?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what.
So I almost feel as if she was sent down daily to collect the grain.
Oh right. Oh, the lady in blue.
Yeah.
Oh right. So that
Because
could
that
be.
was her purpose. Because she didn't. Because of the way she was.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
They gave her a simple task to do.
Simple task.
Simple task. Yeah.
Keep her occupied.
And then she would do it on a daily
That she felt
basis.
she was doing something.
Yeah.
As if she was walking down here to the mill every day.
Every day.
Collect the flowers.
Yeah.
The wheat.
Okay.
Take back to the
Yeah.
kitchen to make bread and whatever.
Yeah. So she was given quite a lot of responsibility. You know. Yeah.
Small
Wow.
responsibility to most, but quite a big achievement for her to be able to do it.
Okay.
Funny enough, it's like I know the others have talked about people not being tormented. See, the way I'm connecting with her here, I feel she just feels love. She feels happy.
Oh, does she?
Within herself, she's loved, but I think because she had issues,
Yeah, because she had obviously autism back in those days.
we think it's
It's
she's
definitely
of
something.
an autistic mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her mindset was very autistic, but she dealt with a lot of repression and a lot of had a lot of issues basically, you know, within the family, you
I
know.
don't know how much she realised that in life because she left herself back in herself.
No, she's in her own bubble.
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
people on the
exactly, yeah.
autistic spectrum,
Yeah.
they're always in their bubble.
Yeah.
Do you think that the family caused her a lot of distress? Would you say a lot of great distress?
I think
I've
it's
got to be
more
honest,
the other way
I'm
round.
not picking up.
Oh, she used to
distress.
cause them a lot
Yeah.
of distress.
They were more distressed about the way she was.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because there
Yeah.
was no understanding of it.
Yeah.
There was no understanding. She was just little Miss Daisy Maisie.
Little Miss Daisy
in her own
Maisie,
little world,
yeah.
in her own little bubble.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, this is the castle mill now, look.
because she didn't communicate very well either. To me, she's got a stutter.
The stutter as well,
And I
yeah.
think that's a lot of nerves. because
Probably
she-
suffers from anxiety as well. Probably anxiety is
I'm
probably.
not sure about the anxiety.
Yeah,
Too
I'm
bit.
not sure anxiety.
The stutter was from when she was little. She used to.
Oh, I
waffle
see.
a lot.
Right,
Always
I've
be
got you.
quiet, be
Yeah,
quiet.
because sometimes you can stutter. If you suffer from anxiety, you can
Yeah.
stutter, can't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I know I suffer from anxiety.
This is more a biological cause.
yeah, yeah.
Rather than an anxiety. 'Cause I just don't feel anxiety. I don't feel
I
she's
don't feel,
tormented.
no, she's not.
I feel she's here because she loves it. She just loves herself.
Yeah, she just enjoys what she does. She's visiting places where she used to frequently visit when she was alive in the physical world. Here we are. Yeah, this is all the right of way here, so it's a public footpath. Yeah, but down there's quite an interesting.
Yeah, we've got to get through the house.
Get through there, but here it's
Yeah. That's very big rhubarb leaves.
Are you getting anything here at all, everybody?
Sort of
Are
a
you-
slim little thing,
Okay.
blonde, and she likes getting out and getting dirty in the earth.
Oh right, so you're a young woman.
No, she's about 7.
Oh, about 7 years old, a young girl,
But
right?
She was really, I feel, carefree.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like this tree and these outbuildings.
Oh right.
Sorry?
She's skipping.
Yeah, I picked up skipping.
Oh, skipping.
Down
Same
there.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
The piggery was here.
So she's about 7 years old, and can you describe her at all?
Yeah, slim, small stature, blonde.
Yeah.
Didn't mind getting out, getting mucky and just playing and
Just playing in it.
investigating.
Playing investigating in
I
this
feel very
area.
Carefree,
Yeah.
very carefree. Skipping.
Skipping as well.
Up when I came down
Can you
here.
pick up what kind of hair she had? What,
It was long.
Long, okay.
Not as long as Abigail's, but like a dirty blonde.
Dirty blonde, right?
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she was outdoors a lot. She was tanned.
Oh wow.
You know, she was in her element when she was out playing and just.
Wow. Well, that's really interesting because Darren's picked up on a young female here as well.
Okay.
And I think Sue did last time she came here. She picked up on a female as well. That she used to work in the yard. She used to take the grains up to the castle.
Yeah.
But also I think Darren picked up on the same female.
This is a young girl.
Is it an A name?
And she, hey, are you picking up on Amy?
No, an A name.
Oh, sorry,
I
a
didn't get
name,
the
right?
initial,
Okay.
but,
Same,
I don't want
Yeah.
to pick up on what
I
you're.
want to say Annabella.
Arabella.
I'm picking up her description.
Arabella or
I
Annabella.
got an Anna.
And I'm picking
wondering
up
more
like
Arabella.
you know, like a little slip dress.
Or are they saying Arabella?
Arbella.
Like off-white cream
Arbella?
that was
Arbella?
just free flow, like a little A-line dress. Yeah.
It's not a night dress, is it?
No, it's above her knees, just above her knees. But I just feel she
Looks like
loves
she's
getting
in her
out and
petticoat.
playing and investigating and in the dirt and
And she's skippy.
yeah, skippy, carefree.
Yeah, sounds
Not
like me.
care in the world.
Sounds like me. That does.
It's not
Carefree.
skipping, Matt.
Oh yeah. You got a skipping rope.
Is there a
We
word
just
here?
picked up a woodman in that little cut there.
Oh, woodman. Oh wow.
Peeking around the door.
Like peeking out
And
the door.
Bartleby.
Oh wow.
He was a woodman. I just picked up the male.
Mal
A
over
male
there.
there.
And he's over here, over
He
by
was
this.
in this little building here. This
Oh,
little
right.
house, I think it's a
He's
log peeking at
building.
us out of the doorway.
Reminds
Oh,
me of the
wow.
log building next door.
It's not.
Because I believe he's been picked up before by another medium.
This system.
I think he was picked up last time.
He's quite
Yeah.
fancy looking. He's got a weird features.
Right. I didn't see him that clearly. I
right.
knew it's a male. I knew it's an adult.
He's a woodman, so he used to work here,
He's
did
got,
he?
like, pricky features, like
Right.
an
Right.
outfit. Yeah, really bizarre little gentleman.
So he used to work in the yard, did he? He used to work in the mill house. Oh, just woodcutter, right? So
I didn't pick it up. I just knew there was a man in there looking
wow.
out the doorway.
I
Okay.
picked up a woodcutter.
So I
And
think.
little, really short little man, mind you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
That's
very
what he
short.
must have been
Very,
because
Yeah.
it was lower than the doorway.
he was a lot lower than that.
Lower than the doorway, yeah, because they were what, smaller in those days,
Like
weren't
4'7",
they?
4'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really tiny little
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
So I think someone picked him up in that building over there.
Yeah,
I think it was the same energy that they picked up last time. He was standing over by
It's
that
almost
doorway.
like
Right.
Exactly.
he
But I mean, a lot of places. Yeah, but a church I do is not.
I'm not sure.
As I say,
He's a workman.
I got transients, so he didn't live here.
Oh, he didn't live here, right?
he
So he
worked
probably
here.
he probably lived nearby, but
Yeah.
he probably
They mostly did
worked
in
here.
those days, didn't they?
Yeah. I think some of them lived over in the Compton area, which is near Pomeroy, which is just it's about 3 or 4 miles away. A lot of them lived in that area. How you doing? Are you picking up on the energy? Are you? Yeah. Yeah, they used to keep the pigs over there. Yeah.
Why am I getting someone to have a heart attack here?
I just felt somebody went up on the wall, and I literally looked over.
He is short.
I felt somebody be on the wall.
I also feel somebody's actually collapsed here and having a heart attack here.
Oh right,
So
wow.
I'm getting that.
It's not good, is it?
Or is that the anxiety of Peter?
Might be. I think what you're looking into is someone later on, though.
Yeah, there's.
I don't think it's back with
No,
the
I don't
cancer.
think it's
yeah,
back
it's
then.
someone. Yeah,
There's something's happened here, and I feel a heart attack.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a heart attack, and literally laid here before anyone found them. They actually passed before anyone found that they were missing.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
I want to go not that far back actually.
No.
I want to go 1970s.
Yeah, it's not far.
And I also
So it's
wanna go
fairly
homeless
recent,
person.
really.
I want
Yeah.
to go homeless person.
Yeah, yeah,
1970s.
1970s,
I'm,
right,
not,
yeah.
I'm not getting that energy, but I can see the visualization there.
Yeah.
So that's not that
I
long
can
ago.
actually physically
It's over
see
50
him.
odd years ago, wasn't it? So it's,
Yeah.
I was going to say about 40 years ago.
40,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm visualising a homeless gentleman
Yeah.
would have just harboured here, but actually passed. And I want to lay him. He's showing me it's just laid across the top of them stones, but those stones weren't there then.
No, no.
And
No.
it's like a ditch, if that makes sense. There's a ditch.
So he had a heart attack here, and then he was laying
He's in
here.
the ditch, getting away from the.
Oh, I
weapons,
see.
yeah,
Right.
To get away from the cold and the rain.
Yeah,
He's gone
yeah.
into the ditch to sleep, but he's had a heart attack.
Oh, wow, my God.
But I want to say 70s.
70s, 1970s, yeah. So over 50 odd years ago, that would have been,
He
yeah.
was also very cold when he passed as well.
Oh, was he?
Hypothermia and
Yeah.
heart attack.
Did he actually live here, did he?
No, he was homeless. He
I was,
alone.
I was homeless, right, okay.
I just want to be wandering with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just want to wander.
Just wander with him, yeah. So, yeah.
A large, almost like a shepherd's crook.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah, that rings a bell, yeah,
Yeah, and he
yeah.
used to have his kettle and things tied to the top of it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
he's just showed me him walking down this lane, and he's walking with this long, like a shepherd's hook.
Like a shepherd's hook, yeah,
But
yeah,
on
I've
it
seen
he's
them.
got like his worldly goods.
Yeah,
So his
of course.
cup, his teapot.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
little pot.
Right.
And he's here because there was a lot of wood.
A lot
in
of
this
wood,
area,
yeah.
He
So
could
you-
light the fire if he needed a fire.
Yeah, there was plenty of wood
Fire
to.
would have gone out
yeah.
before, yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's
really interesting.
1970.
It's over 50 odd years ago that would have been, wouldn't it? So that's quite recent though, isn't it?
That's showing my age.
Yeah, yeah,
do you know
yeah.
What did they kill in from that house?
You know.
I'm not sure because I don't know if there's any reported killings there, but I know that Darren's picked up on.
Chickens being killed there.
You picked up
I'm
on.
going to give you a tip. Focus on the right-hand side of the bottom window,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
where it's all bricked up.
Is that a dungeon? It's almost like
No, it's not a dungeon, but it was dark.
Yeah.
Because you picked up where people used to come down here and used to have conversations down here, didn't
Yeah.
they?
I don't want to say too much.
That's it, because you could end it. But I feel dungeon feeling in that.
I will say this, though.
Satanic-y stuff. Dungeon feeling to it.
Yeah, it's
Even
dark.
A dungeon where they used to keep people down there.
Right,
People
have you
were
wa-
stored there?
Yeah, have
I
you?
know that sounds weird. People were stored in
Yeah,
the cellar.
have you watched the documentary on the one, the chapter 3 when I was here?
I've never watched it.
Right.
Oh right.
So I was sat
okay.
on this wall here, right? I'm going to give you a top tip now. Darren's top tip of the day. I'm joking, right? Sat there, I picked up a girl about 9 years old, right? Was it Elisa?
Alice.
Alice, yeah.
Alice.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Right.
Yeah.
She was
Elise
sat
or
there and
Alice?
She was a hand worker. She'd go and pick all the corn from the fields, and she was stealing the corn and oats and putting them in a pocket in a little bag.
Right.
And also, I picked up a lady called Margaret, didn't I? Or
Margaret,
Mary.
yeah, Margaret,
okay.
yeah.
Who was?
You got Margaret. Yeah.
Right.
So.
I didn't know that. And on the film afterwards, you put on there, Darren didn't know this,
Yeah.
but there was a Margaret spiritus there, a white witch.
Yeah, that lived in that house.
And the conversations happened down that bottom right corner.
Did I say they were like more than conversations? Because
Yeah.
it was almost like people are
Go on.
strung
Go on.
up
Yeah, go on.
in that room.
Go on.
They're suspended and above
Feed into
from
it.
the ceiling.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to.
feed into it.
That
You
would have
picking
been
anything up?
Margaret.
Huh?
That would have been Margaret.
Yep, you picking anything up, Debs?
Because she was a herbalist. A mix. And they would have thought she was a witch.
Definitely,
I think she
definitely
used blood
gay
magic
meetings
or
in
something.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Definitely a certain someone of a higher stature coming down to meet a groomsman. Not pleasant. I wasn't the only one who picked up on it as well.
Yeah.
Bit of a
There is
splash of
a
water out
break
of
of
control.
dawn. There is a doom energy here.
Yeah.
It's not very. It's not very nice in that room. And those 3 horsemen coming down now, I think they can. I got the wall was telling me I was touching a wall that they weren't here for a nice business. Put it this way, they meant They were looking for somebody.
Yeah.
And they came down here and they were part builders and they were looking for somebody. And I don't know if they found them or not, but I don't think they meant them any good if they found them, put it that way.
Yeah. What are you picking up, V?
I'm picking up people that actually live there now do not use that side of the house. They cannot physically go in that side of the house.
And what was there originally? Think of the water now.
That would have been the mail wheel.
Yeah, right. So it would have been noisy.
It would have been very noisy. Things could have easily been lost.
Correct. There was dark practice going on in there.
There was a lot of dark practice there.
Yeah.
Rituals. People were tortured.
There was rituals.
And you'll probably see bottles of herbs.
That's
and,
what I said, herbs
yeah,
earlier.
and ointments and oils and
Yeah.
all sorts in there.
Yeah,
But I don't want to put too much into your head. I want you to.
No,
just,
there's definitely a herbalist that
just-
lived there, but
yeah.
was classed as a witch
Yeah,
because
she
they
was, yeah.
didn't. But to me, she's a herbalist.
Yeah.
She's making her potions to help the people. She did a lot of things to help the land, but nobody understood her. And that's where you were saying about the groundsman coming down. It was her they were after. But she did do rituals that maybe she shouldn't have dabbled
I feel
with.
the energies of some of the rituals are still in the stone.
This,
It's
the
still
building
resonating
is
in
still
that stone.
holding
It's
some
holding
of the
it.
darkness.
Yeah,
that
the
happened.
darkness, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't think it was her that did the darkness. I think it was her husband.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a male
No,
energy that's doing the negative stuff.
Right. Okay. Because I'm not picking up on her. So I'm just picking up. I saw flashes of people suspended by their hands.
Which is
Oh
what
my
he
God.
did.
in there.
That was
Right.
Crazy.
Okay.
He did dark magic.
Right.
If we have dark and light magic. I
Yeah.
personally
Grey
think
area.
it's a very grey area. If you do magic, you do. There is
Yeah.
no such thing as white, green, black magic. It's magic.
And one thing going back to then saying Tudor, but this also ties into the men on horses and looking. You wouldn't happen to know whether there was a priest hole ever found in there?
I don't know anything about that myself, but
There is a monk.
I would
that
say
lives
probably there
there.
was.
I've seen a monk as we've been moving down.
Oh, have you? Have you seen a
I've
monk?
seen him here. He was
Yeah.
standing here when we first came over here.
Oh, did you? Oh, you picked up on a monk.
Yeah,
Have you,
there's a
got
monk.
anything, have you got anything on this track?
Can you describe him, the monk that you saw?
The monk?
Yes. Is it just a standard monk with
No,
hood?
he's in brown.
Oh, he's in brown.
He's wearing a brown habit. Habit, is it?
Yeah.
A habit, yeah,
Brown
habit, and then
And I said exactly the same, Matt.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
in brown. He's not in black. He's
Remember?
in brown.
yeah.
Right. What monastery are you from? Saint Benedict.
Oh, Saint Benedict, yeah,
He's saying, don't speak. He's a Saint Benedict
Saint
monk.
Benedict monk. Because there's all different kinds of monks, isn't there? Yeah,
Yeah. 'cause
yeah.
They wouldn't have.
Yeah.
He's chanting. I can hear him chanting quite a lot. But it's not actually physically speaking. The Saint Benedicts, I think, didn't. Are they the order that don't speak? I'm not sure.
Don't know.
But he's saying to me, he's a Saint Benedict monk.
Yes.
What's your name, brother?
He didn't like to wear anything on his feet.
No, he's barefoot.
Right,
He's
yeah.
very barefoot. Yeah.
Okay.
He liked nature and he liked to feel the grass
Yeah.
under his feet. He's showing me water.
Perhaps he liked the sound of the water.
I think probably like the sound of the water from the stream. I would say, and there's also a stream at the top.
I would say he's connected to the water.
Yeah.
The water was his meditation. It was his personal solace away from chanting and everything else that
Right,
monks would
gotcha.
have done.
Yeah,
Okay.
He had a ring.
Brother
though.
Michael.
Brother
Had a
Michael.
ring, like quite a big ring, like a chunky
They
ring.
put that Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh right,
Um,
that's my name.
That would have been
Not
his
me.
ordained ring. It's like a gold with a ruby in it.
Yes, that's what he showed
Ordained.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where he's been ordained.
Just one big chunky ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his commitment to God.
I was just looking up there because you said to us, see
Yeah.
what I picked up from a track.
Yeah.
But all first thing I saw was horses and carts coming down. Then I saw children running down, and I felt like they were coming down from the street.
Yeah.
But then I felt like a large congregation, a happy event, a large congregation of people in that field there, like there
Yeah.
was some kind of
What about over here?
festivity.
And then over there? Over the other side?
Just that weird little man.
Yeah, but there's other stuff going on there. You may not see it.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see. So I'm trying to confirm my own stuff, really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're making cider.
And
There's an apple press over there. I can see an apple press and they're pressing apples and cider.
what about mead?
Well, mead, cider, mead, yeah.
I think what I'm seeing, and it's hard to see at first, and I don't know why that would be, but I think
But that's the
I get
monks.
like a dead bodies over there.
Oh, you're picking up on dead bodies.
So
That's interesting.
on that grass there,
I saw when I was here last time, I saw women with weaves, threading the wool,
Yeah,
and there used to be very happy times down here.
yeah. It
They'd
says
come from the castle working,
and then
and
come
they'd
down
escape
here.
down
This
here,
was their escapism.
and they'd have drinks and positivity away from the castle.
But with the mead,
Yeah,
I want to go further into the trees.
yeah.
And I want to say monks were producing the mead.
okay, right. I feel they would have washed their
I think that's why Mr.
washed their clothes
Happy's
here.
in his
Yeah.
bare
But
feet,
I picked up plague.
stamping the mead.
Right, because they were washing, the bodies were on like cloth,
Yeah.
and they were living people beside the
I'm
bodies. And I feel they
wondering-
would have washed the bodies.
I'm actually wondering whether
Is it
they
the plague or was
suffered
it
with the
something
plague.
else?
No, I picked up plague.
Right.
Wasn't
okay.
oh, what's it called?
I'm picking up TB.
Yes.
With chest pain. I'm getting
Tuberculosis.
that.
Tuberculosis. Can never pronounce that word.
I'm picking up
Yeah.
TB feelings.
Right. I only see two bodies. There was two bodies on cloth,
Yeah.
and then at least one person living, standing by the bodies, and the bodies were naked on this cloth laid on the grass over there. And I don't think they were murdered or anything, but I feel they
No, I
would have
feel
been
they
washed
died from
right there.
TB.
Yeah.
And they would have been put out in the fresh air by water to
Oh, right.
purify their lungs for TB.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
I'm getting the name. It's like Pinkett or Plinkett.
Pinkett, Plinkett.
Pinkett
Right, rings a
or
bell.
Plinkett. Sounds like a surname or a... I would say it's more a surname. Yeah. It's like Pinkett or Plinkett or something like that, or Plunkett. Something like that. Plunkett. Plunkett. I'll have to look that up. So
Yeah,
when
I'm
you
sure.
said Plunkett, I got yes. Did you? I just had someone say yes.
Plunkett or...
Plunkett, like that. It's a surname.
I'm sure Sue got that last time. I can't remember. I'm sure it was something like Colette or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
Something-
a surname to me.
Yeah, I'm
surname.
sure she did.
Yeah.
I'll have to look back at the footage.
No, nothing else, not at the moment. But I do think the plague did follow them here.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Yeah.
I saw Merivale, Stones of Merivale.
Oh, did you?
That's
Right.
the plague market. That's the image I had in my mind. And that is the and I did when we walked past the house. I don't know if any of you can notice it, but the front door's got a black cross on it. I see.
Yeah, I noticed that when I came through.
see the
Yeah,
black cross.
yeah,
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
that. Yeah.
There was a slight cross
Yeah.
on that Although there would have been a smaller black
Yeah.
cross when the plague would have been here, but it's almost as if that door is still symbolising
Right.
that house I played on.
I definitely do resonate what you said, because the women that were coming down, I know they came down to the stream for pleasurable activities. I thought the children would have played in the stream, they would have washed clothes in the stream.
say
I
their
didn't see the
daily
women.
wash as
Right.
well.
I know that was important. It was like a community thing.
Yeah.
Kids running down, you know, and it was really nice being in the stream.
Yeah.
But I do feel there would have been gatherings in that field up there.
Should we go up there?
Do you want to have a look up there, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and have a look up there. Yeah.
Closer. Do you
Yeah.
want to do the sawmill first and then we walk up?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do the sawmill first, and then it'd be interesting to see what you get up there, because that's that's an interesting location. That one.
I don't like it down there.
No, I remember last time we come down here.
Not my favourite place.
No, but it's going to be interesting to see what everybody picks up down there. It's got a completely different atmosphere as soon as you start approaching it.
Are you enjoying yourself, ladies?
It is. It's fantastic. I'm loving this.
It's about time we caught up.
It is. It's been years. Because I've been friends with you for about 3 or 4 years, haven't we? Yeah, before COVID. Yeah, we've always been
About 5 years.
about 5 years. I know. Because I know that you've been busy, and I know you've not been free. So that's absolutely fine, you know. Because I started the documentary about 2 years ago. So, but I just always like to put it out there, you know, that what I'm doing. If anyone's free to do some filming for a couple of hours, and I'll just put it out there. If you're not, you're not. You know, it doesn't matter, does it? Because I know that everybody's got busy lives as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that, you know, especially if you've got families, it's even worse, isn't it? That's why I'm single.
I've got I do reenactment as well, don't I?
Oh, yeah, you do that as well, yeah.
When the weather's good, I'm
Yeah.
in a tent in the field somewhere.
Yeah. Because I'm single, so I'm pretty much carefree. I just come and go as I please, and you know, I love the freedom that brings. I like to have.
Same as me, yeah.
I'm a freedom-loving person. Yeah, I love.
I do so many different adventures.
Yeah. Because I love doing adventures. I love doing this, and I just love going out and doing things like this, exploring. You know, finding out new things, working with people. You know, this is why I love doing this, because I'm so passionate about it that I just want to keep going with it, because I'm finding out more every time I come. I'm finding out a lot more that I didn't even know before.
Yeah.
And it's good to work with different people as well, different mediums that have never been here before or haven't been down here before. You can pick up on the energy, can you? Because the energy's changed a bit now, isn't it, since you walked down here? You're right, just be very careful as you're walking.
I'm enjoying this because yeah, but you don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you gave all that reading, right, and you were at the back of the board, towards the offices, and we came into the sort of thing in the corridor, your aura sort of popped up like a dining lounge.
Did it?
And it was almost like a physical thing. I was like, I literally was like, whoa! He's connected to me.
Oozing love, you see, now oozing love. Good intention, I'd say good one.
Oh, this happened last time. We came down here last time. The doctor would stop barking. It was like Battersea Dogs Home. He was down here. But, yeah, I think you was here last time, wasn't it?
From here.
Yeah.
From there.
Right.
I can sense.
Oh, you can sense something here, can you?
Even this far back, people guarding it.
Oh right. Oh wow.
They were watching it to stop
Yeah,
it coming
yeah.
down. Because bad stuff is.
Oh wow. So
come down now.
people are actually trying to stop you from.
Stopping people coming near it.
Oh, I see. So they're trying to protect you from going any further. Is that sort of thing?
Stopping because they knew something was bad. So.
Oh right.
No, more as in don't want to get caught.
Yeah.
Bad stuff's going on there.
Right.
We're guarding. People coming
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Because a lot of people that come down here do pick up on the negative energy, especially around that area. And then you feel like you're being watched in the woods. Are you?
Richard? No, man.
Yeah. I think it was Richard they picked up on last time. They picked up on the name Richard. We don't know if he was the Pomeroy or a Seymour, but he might not have even been either. It could have been somebody completely different. Because I think he's just watching what's going on. Probably wondering what we're doing here, and probably just taking an interest in what we're doing. You know, because I suppose when you see a big gathering of people walking down here dressed in modern day clothing, you are going to be a little bit curious, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, do you think he's residual, or do you think he's aware of us?
Unaware of us.
Oh right.
Yeah. Don't say something bad yet.
No.
Watching.
Yeah, just watching
He used
us.
to like the woods.
Oh, did he?
Archery.
Archery. Oh right, like Robin Hood.
Yeah, but I think more hunting.
More hunting, right? So
Hunting animals.
they would have done that back in those days, wouldn't they? Because archery was
Yeah.
quite, it was hugely popular.
Just for hunting food.
Just for hunting food, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting picking up on archery. Wow. No one's ever picked up on that before. Are you picking up on the energy now? Are you? It's like the hand of the Baskervilles, isn't it?
I remember once you and Debbie I've got pain right in between my shoulders.
Have you? Oh no. Well, doesn't sound too good, does it? Oh, you feel quite emotional, do you?
I was going to say my legs don't want to walk forward.
No. You're probably picking up on, obviously on someone's energy that has probably experienced that. Probably someone with a lot of emotion. You're feeling quite emotional, aren't you?
My eyes are crying.
Crying, yeah. I was just saying that you're probably picking up on energy that was quite emotional, or an emotional person. So you're probably taking on that sort of vibe.
Something has gone on down there.
Oh, really?
I don't know what.
No.
But something has gone on down there. And my legs are feeling.
Yeah, she's
I've got a massive pain, a block like that, right in between my shoulder blades. And my legs are hesitant. They don't want to walk, and it's just dread. I feel something's happened down there.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what as yet, but something has gone on down there.
Abby?
she's feeling very emotional.
Yeah.
I don't want to come fast there now. It's making me cry.
It's okay.
She's feeling quite emotional. It's understandable. Yeah.
V, what you got?
No, it feels really hard on you.
No, that's what you're saying.
It's oppressive, isn't it?
What you got?
I'm feeling it from my back going right through my
got a
front.
gentleman spirit, not a very nice gentleman, same as what you did, Mel. And I feel that he all the kids knew to avoid him. I feel he did take a couple of kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you were picking up animals and adults as well. I think there was a couple of children. And you know, I can hear the Lord's Prayer, like people saying that before their life is taken. And someone committed a lot of wrongdoings down here, and he was known for it as well.
I'm feeling child abuse.
I hate saying that, I got kiddie fiddler last time I was here. Yeah.
Girl being abused.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because I always say I never want to pick that up.
Yeah.
About investigations.
Yeah.
What about vultures and things like that?
Keep your garden. Yes. The stop people coming in their garden.
I think that tree was instrumenting something, whether it's hangings or tied to the
I'm
tree.
thinking a tree previous to that lady. That one.
I feel the garden you picked up, because as I was saying, you walked down, it felt like, first of all, it felt like a line, almost a line of spirit there, trying to say, what are you doing? Don't come down here, what are you doing?
Yeah, you was picking up on that just now.
An actual energy field.
Yeah.
There were people hanging on the other side of the building there, and then the back, if they would have hung up, they would have been, and animals as well, hooked up, packed up.
Oh my God.
But I feel, was there fire here? Because I feel
Yeah, I think there was, because I think Lee picked up on that as well. Lee Hunter, he picked up on that, yeah.
coming out of the
Yeah,
roots, and I think
he
it's
did pick up on that last
I think
year.
People knew about this land feels cursed.
Yeah.
I think
think
someone's
people
had a
knew
go
that.
at it though. I think I'm connecting with someone from the chapel up there.
Right.
That from a long time ago, and I feel like they tried to bless it.
Yeah, I think the priest.
Are you seeing any
Yeah,
headstones?
Trying to bless.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up a
You see any graves here?
People are very.
When they've tried to bless the land, has it worked? Have they
Someone I was here
Still
last
come
time,
through.
still come through? Yeah.
I picked up.
Feels like it
This
works
would be
for a
the
while.
main track
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. So do you think there's been people that have come down here and done a lot of clearing?
And there
Well, I know
highway,
I'm
mate.
connecting with John. who I
John.
went next to last time.
Oh, John, yeah,
And I know that he had a go at it.
Oh,
And I get perjury. What's perjury?
Yeah, you're not allowed
perjury.
You don't go up there.
Right.
Perjury.
Get
Oh, right,
perjury.
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of death.
animals,
Actually had, and I don't know whether
human,
that was
and I also got
Hmm.
perjury. Yeah, someone has actually had their tongue cut out.
Right.
Oh, tongue cut out.
Perjury.
I feel this place has been warded. That's what
Oh,
I
is it?
feel.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
somebody's, whether witches have been down here, but they've done a ward around it.
Right.
At some point to stop the negativity spreading into the rest of the land.
Mm.
I think that was the very strong energy field we all walked through into this place. So I do feel that this place is protected from contaminating the rest of the site.
Yes.
I feel that there is like a ward around it.
Oh, wow.
I feel someone's eyes were taken out down here.
Really? The eyes taken out, oh my God.
He's still here.
Someone had their tongue cut off and then someone's eyes have been
There was a
someone's
lot of
taken out as
horrible
well.
things happened in this building.
Yeah.
So it's basically torture, really, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
people were tortured down here.
But I feel like
So-
someone was brought to rights for it, or
Mm.
someone was incriminated for it, but
Yeah,
it took
yeah.
some time, and unfortunately, a lot had happened by
Oh,
then.
I see. Yeah. What could you be tortured for? Was it just torture for like petty crimes?
He tortured
Yeah.
for fun.
For fun.
He tortured because
So-
something
For
totally
pleasure, yeah.
wrong.
So he was quite sadistic. So it wasn't for any sort of crimes or anything like that. He was just doing it for fun. So he
Basically a
was
serial killer.
serial killer. Yeah.
Animals,
Yeah.
humans, it was all sorts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in those times. God, it's disgusting,
did.
isn't it? Yeah. Probably did. Yeah, I probably did. God, how long was I? Oh, I hope I wasn't him.
I know that I am connecting. I know that John would have come down here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm connecting with him.
Because that's interesting you picked up on John, because there are mediums that have picked up on John at the castle, and he's the monk.
I picked up on him last time.
Yeah, he's quite a strong energy,
And
John.
that was when I was in the castle. He asked me to go to the
John,
castle.
yeah. So he's
I'm
this
picking up on him.
Wow,
he's
yeah.
sort of telling me little bits about
very
about
strong.
the place, yeah.
Very strong energy.
Yeah.
He's also been seen in the woods as well. He actually walks through the woods. And
he would have
Darren
been
picked up
down
on him
here.
last year on the path going down to the
He
bottom.
would have come down here.
Yeah.
He would have.
Yeah.
I mean, not often, but he would have.
Yeah. What's that thing that when monks use? They try to bless. They bless the area. They got it's like a chain, isn't it? What is it? Like a thing that they.
Oh, that's a Catholic.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah. They're trying to sort of clear the area, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what you got last year.
Chalice? What
Yeah.
is it?
Incense.
Incense, like smoke coming out of it.
You remember? You're right. Because I remember walking down. I said,
Yeah.
when I walked on that train, I went, I don't like it in here. It's definitely.
Yeah, you was picking up
I can
on that,
see
was
a
you?
monk doing this.
Yeah.
Reading from the Bible,
Yeah.
and doing the blessing.
And Amanda got him as well,
That's
didn't she?
right,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is anybody else picking up on anything at all?
Yeah, I touched the building, and the first thing I heard was
Yeah.
screams. I saw people burning alive.
Oh, God, burning alive. You picked up on that, didn't you?
So, yeah, horrible.
Yeah. Wow. God, horrible times to live in, weren't they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have been in.
I said what I love about this today, the
Yeah.
evidence that you're getting is so confirming.
It's so confirming, yeah.
It really is.
It's confirming other things because other people have picked up on it as well. So that gives it validity. I know you haven't,
As
no.
I said, I would never
Yeah,
watch any of them
yeah.
until I paid.
Well, it makes sense not to watch them because if you're coming down here and you've already watched
Other
them,
people's ideas in your
yeah,
head, you
exactly,
don't need that.
and that's not going to help you, is it?
Any of the videos, and I've
Mm.
not been
Well,
down here before.
Yeah,
So it'll blow you
yeah.
away when you watch it later on today. It'll blow you
Yeah,
away.
I'm not
because I've told people not to watch them,
I'm not
you know,
watching.
because obviously,
I
Until
didn't
he's
even know it
finished.
existed, to be honest with you.
When he's on like Barry Pomeroy number 3,000,012,
Yeah.
then I might watch him. 'Cause you
Yeah.
know he's
Which
gonna-
means
Well,
when he already is.
the third one is 4 hours long.
That's what I mean.
That's the one that came out last
We
year.
just know you're going to just film until the day you're 93.
Until the cows come home.
Until you're 93 and you can no longer walk.
No, we
back
won't. 'Cause
here.
we're going to
I probably will do. You might be right there. I
We're going to
might.
take your phone away
Yeah.
from you. Take you to the.
At least she's honest. At least she's honest. I mean, you know. But
It is an obsession, but we love it.
I know.
The ward that I think I picked up extends up to you see where those saplings are?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
yeah.
extends up until about that level. So I would have thought it would go around in a circle around this place. So it would encompass the stream there to maybe the other side of that grassy field bit. But I feel there's a line of energy going around. But I do think this
Yeah.
is warded.
That's right.
It's got a different totally feeling. You alright? You look like
You're
you've been
alright.
crying. She was.
Yeah.
Did you get that last time we come down here?
No, I just got
Because Lee Hunter picked up on shadow people down here as well.
Yeah, but it's
Shadow figures.
Their own wrestle club.
Yeah.
What surprised me? They can mention it.
They're not entities because Lee Hunter and Kevin Hines got them as well.
Shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters, yeah, yeah.
So,
I've just been picking up shapeshifters.
So what are they then? Shapeshifters then?
No, that's like because there was so much darkness here. It's something not of this world, isn't it?
It
It's
is,
something
yeah.
demonic,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Some people believe it comes from like second dimension.
Yeah,
Dimension
sure.
below us.
The lower
And that
planes.
negative energy
Yeah.
can bring them
I've
up
just
into
seen a
it.
shapeshifter
Oh, right,
run
okay.
from there across to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
Because they've got vortexes at the castle, and they've got vortexes, they've
Yeah.
got portals. So I think they enter the castle through the vortexes, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah, that's how they
That's
how
why
they
you
do
get
it.
time lapses.
Yeah.
You'll go up there and you'll get one era and then you'll jump into. Did you get that, Dad? You jump into another era and you could then sit down in that water place.
Well, I bought vortexes, but I picked up one in the kitchen last time.
That's
I
right.
remember. Yeah.
But then you'll get something from 1920, and then next week you'll get something from 1965. It's all different spaces across the way.
Yeah.
And it depends who's there at the time.
I mean, are the vortexes open or are they closed? How would you know if they're open or closed?
No, they're open.
If they're open, yeah.
They're not being closed.
How can you tell if they're open or closed, a vortex?
Well, you need a medium.
You need a medium. Can you normally pick up on vortexes?
Well, you just would hear a voice say.
So we'll be interested to see what we'll get. We'll be interested to see what we get at the castle.
Between here and there.
Yeah. And you can feel them because I know Caroline and Becky, they did get a migraine when they were standing over. Yeah.
You also would check the ley line.
And they were getting the migraines. Oh, right. I should have brought him down here. Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, in the summer when you get a heat haze.
Yeah.
So if the light is right,
Mm.
you might get a haze.
Yeah.
And that will tell you that area is
it's got a portable vortex. Yeah. Because apparently there's two on the lawn of the castle, and there's some inside the actual castle.
The kitchen.
But
in the kitchen.
The kitchen, the corner of the fire.
Yeah.
And there's one upstairs, but obviously we can't go upstairs.
No.
Yeah, but there's one upstairs that they just switch in and out of.
Yeah. Did anybody know Bob Dorby? I think you knew Bob Dorby, didn't you? Yeah, he was. Yeah, Bob Dorby. Yeah, he's from Painston. Yeah.
I clashed.
Oh, you clashed with him, yeah. Because he said he came down to the castle one night and cleared 45 spirits in one night.
I know. Just saying that you've got a spider on your jumper.
God, I don't like spiders.
Oh God, you don't like spiders.
No, it's not a spider.
No.
It's a stink bug.
Oh right, okay.
As you carried away with
Yeah.
the film in there, they shouldn't go that way.
Yeah, because he
Go rescued if they want to go.
well, that's what he was doing because he said that he had cleared all the spirits from the castle.
You can't force them.
You can't know because they've got free will.
They're
But
like me, they're stubborn cows.
Yeah.
They don't go nowhere unless
But-
they want to.
But we found out that they're actually on visitations. They're actually happy to be there because they still see it as their home, and they're sort of back and forth. But they also visit Dartington Hall as well.
Complete rubbish.
Yeah, complete rubbish. Yeah.
Do you understand the monk John marrying people in the chapel?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I can hear he's singing to me. I'm going into the chapel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
There's even a baptising plant in there as well.
Yeah.
In the corner, left hand side, you go in through the door.
Right, yeah.
That's what I have to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, because they would have been into Christmas at that point,
And you
especially
cover
if they
own
were.
services as well.
Should we go down the driveway? Down the driveway because I mean a lot of people have picked up on activity down there recently. So we can go through the field, you know, up past the mill house.
Oh, the one that makes you puff.
Yeah.
Bit of exercise.
Bit of exercise, yeah. And we can go down.
Stop filming and carry it up there, alright?
Yeah. Fireman's carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you're at all. I just hate it.
I don't want to be down here at night, but I can cope with it during the day. Don't know if I'd like to be down here at night. But if I was with
I'll come down at night time, yeah. I've,
We'll give it a go. I wouldn't mind coming down doing a sale.
well, I want to come down here at night again because I mean, are you free for? Yeah, because I'm coming down for my birthday, which is on November the 1st, which is the Friday.
I said to you about something I had.
Yeah.
And I've got an investigation at King's Manor at Newton Abbot as well on the 1st.
Oh right, okay.
I'm not sure if I can wiggle out of that one.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Well, whatever we can do. Yeah, it's fine either way.
I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, 'cause we got-
If I don't do that one.
Do another one.
If the girls want to come with me, then I'll go. Because I don't like nighttime driving. I'm a little.
Yeah.
I'm an A to B driver, yeah.
A to B to drive. Yeah. Because we got Kevin Hines coming for that one and Sue as well.
I'll come for that night.
Yeah. We got them coming for it as well. We've got a few others as well coming. But I want to try and make the most of it because I probably want to get a couple more in because.
Have you got like spirit box?
I've got a rampart and I've got a spirit box.
Yeah.
I've got a little camera. And
Yeah, I've got
Walking down to Mill, picked up that female energy, and I think who else walking with? Emma or
It was
Vi?
Emma and Verena. Verena, yeah,
Right.
yeah, Verena.
So we picked up, and we think that was the blue
Right, aren't they?
lady. Although, funny enough, she appeared to me in a
Are
white
you?
dress.
Mm,
But we both
Are you
picked
swimming
up
well in, or-
saying other things about her, like she was possibly on the spectrum. She
yeah.
wasn't.
Lost your stone.
She felt like very enclosed in her
done
own mind, very happy. She liked to go down
high
there.
protein diet.
She loved plants
High
and
protein,
flowers.
no carbs.
No, we're on high
Um,
protein.
Yeah, no carbs.
Around the
no
mill
pasta.
itself,
It's hard.
No carbs.
No carbs.
I picked
just
up
meat.
riders and horses coming
Oh,
down
yeah,
to the mill, and I felt that they
Oh,
were
well
going
done.
down with ill
Oh,
intent.
brilliant.
They were looking for somebody, and if they found somebody,
They'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also picked up dead bodies laid on a
Yeah, you were saying that, wasn't you? Yeah.
on the other side of the stream closest to the mill.
Yeah.
Being washed with water, and Rachel picked up that was likely to do with TB.
TB,
So
yeah.
how do you get? Did you just buy it?
Tuberculosis.
Both Darren and I picked up women would go down to that stream. I picked up they would wash clothes, the children were bathed.
Yeah.
Picked up some weaving
Is it an
there.
injection? Or is it?
In that
Oh, is it?
room, on the right hand
Alright.
side of the mill, I felt people were
really?
strung up to the ceiling with their wrists.
Is it working?
And there's still a lot of negative energy in that room. I picked up on the track coming down through the field, horses and carts, women and children coming down to the stream joyously to wash and clothes, etc. And festivities held in that field.
Yeah, it seems to be quite a nice, pleasant, sort of joyous atmosphere, didn't it?
Yes.
You could pick up on that straight away as soon as you
Yeah.
went through the gates.
Yeah.
The atmosphere changed. Because everywhere you go, the atmosphere seems to change, doesn't it?
Yes.
So it can be oppressive one minute, and then you go to a different area, and then it's positive and light, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then we went to the sawmill, which was very bad.
Very
I felt
oppressive.
it was encircled with an energy field.
Yeah,
It was very
yeah.
visceral. There were guardians there, spiritual guardians.
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
us to
yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
In the sawmill, I immediately saw people hanging on one side.
Oh, you were saying that,
from the
wasn't you?
roof on
Yeah.
one side.
Yeah.
Rachel picked up that they would have been dropped down
Wow.
into the hole there.
My dad was a
Picked
massive
up
smoker, like
a
typically
very
was back in blue
nasty,
40 a day.
sadistic
And
male
because of
spirit
that,
there,
because it took him,
and he would
I've never
have
been interested
took
in
pleasure
smoking.
in torturing
I've
and
been
murdering
interested in
Torturing people.
animals and people.
Animals and people, yeah.
I felt there was a fire there, people burnt to life in that building.
Right, okay.
And he connected to me at some point. He showed me that the wall around it would have been a lot taller. He gave me the name Matthias.
Matthias, yeah,
Yes.
you were saying that, Matthias. Which is it another name for Matthew? Is
Yes,
it?
yes.
Yeah, Matthew.
Because
yeah,
I heard
yeah.
it's Matthias, and then I heard Matthew, but I don't know if that was my mind.
Right, yeah, because I
interpreting it.
remember you saying that, yeah.
And he would have died in goal.
Drink a bottle of wine.
And he used the word goal.
Goal, what's goal, is it?
Prison.
Oh, prison, right, that's what they used to call it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Back in
And I
those
felt
days.
this was around the late
The
1600s.
late 16th century, right, yeah, so that would have been a time when the castle was obviously lived in,
Yeah.
back in that time.
And well, before we went on this expedition, up here, on the way here, 12.1 miles away, the blue lady connected to me in the car.
right.
She was waiting.
Okay.
And while here, she's been waiting the entire time. I saw her looking over the battlements
Over the battlements, yeah.
as we drove past the castle to park.
Yeah. Okay.
And while we were here, she and other male spirits were listening to our conversations in the cafe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they came in and they were stood behind us.
Oh, right, so
and they were listening to
oh,
us.
the two male spirits.
It's two males and her as well.
Oh, right, so they can actually hear what we were saying.
Yes,
And
yeah,
did
they
you get
were
any
very
feelings
curious.
or any thoughts about how they felt and
They were just curious. They
curious
just
about what we were saying?
What we were saying.
Wow.
There were two children as well,
Yeah.
spiritual children.
Okay.
Which I felt were in the. I think it's called the gatehouse.
The gatehouse, yeah, that's the entrance.
On the
Yeah.
right side, I think they were brother and sister, both less than 10, so between the ages of maybe 6 and 9. Both died violent deaths, and I felt it would have been like about 300 years ago. I did get a name for the boy, but I can't remember what that was now. And they wanted to play peekaboo. They were playing peekaboo.
Yeah, that seems to happen quite a lot, you know. When mediums are picked up on spirit children, they do tend to sort of play peekaboo,
Yeah.
which is what children do, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So,
Lovely energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely energy.
Yes.
yeah.
That's all I can remember.
Wow.
Can't remember anything else.
So when you was in the Castle Cafe, you said the Blue Lady came in, and two other spirits.
Yeah. There were two male spirits and a female spirit. So I'm assuming that was the Blue Lady, but she was stood behind us as we all sat there. They came in behind us and they were just observing and listening to our conversation.
Probably wanted a cappuccino.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, for me anyway, I'm going to speak out because I think it needs to be said. I think we were just talking about Debs. Is the fact is that I was here for 10 hours with you last time.
You were, yeah.
Over 2 weekends, and we spent all day going around.
All day, yeah.
And I think one of the things of being a practicing medium or even a trainee medium is that you're not, even though we don't question it because we give what we give, don't we? But to come round today and be with these lovely people here and have it confirmed, isn't that right, Debs? Of what we come out with.
It gives it validity.
It's like, wow.
Yeah,
because
it gives it validity as well.
It is, because they've all picked up on the stuff that we've all picked up
exactly.
on. And that for me is just fantastic.
Well, it's fantastic, and it's fantastic evidence as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're always going to get people that will question it and say this and say that, but it doesn't matter really, does it?
No.
You know.
And it's not a perfect science.
No.
As V was saying, when spirit communicate with us, they have to go through so many layers. It's very much dependent on us to interpret the energy they're giving us.
Definitely. It's how we interpret it, isn't it?
It's never going to be perfect.
Because sometimes it's some. Do you find it hard to interpret what they're saying? Because obviously they're from a different time period, aren't they?
Well, I get it sometimes. Do you get? I get language when it comes through. I get it in a zombie voice. It's like but it comes backwards.
All right.
So I get James Adam, but it's Adam James. It comes backwards. It's like a mirror thing sometimes. And I have to check with Victor, my God, and say, is that the right name? And he goes, no, flip it.
Right.
I get that sometimes.
Well, I get, I can hear different voices. I know if it's a male or female voice, for example. And I usually get the names. It's not maybe always spot on, but very similar or beginning of it.
Sometimes you know how many syllables it is. You know the kind of sound, how the name flows, and then you might get the first letter.
But I do get things said to me in older language, like quite often they say abode to me for house.
Yeah, like
and things
down
like
now
that.
I've got goal.
Yeah.
Because it's but those words are already in our subconscious, I think. So they just pick it out. Like sometimes when you channel somebody who's like highbrow based, you start using longer words than you would normally use.
But I also think they use your vocabulary for you to understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because they talk about films, or they'll put something to me in a film, or they'll put something to me in a song, which is modern.
A lot, don't you?
I get a lot of that. Or they'll give me a lyric from a song which would mean something, but they would have not known that.
Because I want to ask a question, because when you think about these spirits are from the medieval times, aren't they? But the English that we speak nowadays, it wasn't around in their time.
No.
So how would they understand what we're saying?
Because it gets transferred from your gatekeeper into your language.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Vice
right.
versa.
And their spirit guides translate it, do they?
Yeah, so
So they would understand what we're saying.
Yeah, so the gatekeeper, I mean, I don't know if Debs works that way, but the gatekeeper, is basically is the person that does all the transformation.
Oh, really? Word. Yeah. Right. I've always wondered that.
Yeah, and it's like daffodils. If I get daffodils in a service or divine service, I know it's for happiness.
And for Welsh.
Yeah, exactly.
Welsh
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If I get sunflowers, it's again to go out and be joyful. And they just give you those emblems. It's like holidays. I'll get beach balls and ships and planes, like a picture, like a little sticker, like a post-it, and they go that, and I know then it's a holiday. You need to go on holiday, or I get leeks.
Yeah.
For when you're not eating like vegetables, carrots, and that when they're not eating properly.
You often get told things like that.
Yeah.
So it's very much like telepathy.
Yeah.
They can read our minds, we can read their minds, and it's very much the intention and energy. One thing I forgot to mention was the woodcutter.
Oh, the woodcutter,
down by the mill. In the old small stone building. So
I remember you mentioning him,
I saw a man peeking out, and then I think I was with V, and she got more that he was a woodcutter, etc. But we both saw the short-statured man peeking out of there.
And I picked up on plague.
You did,
the plague,
and TB as well, wasn't it?
Because I saw Merivale, the stones of Merivale.
And it's funny, you were right, Matt, because I just watched that clip back on the documentary. I picked up burning, didn't I?
You did pick up the burning,
I'd just seen it. I did pick up.
And Verena picked up on the burning as well in the tower.
Yeah, it's
part 3, Yeah.
It's good because you remember what you've
If
said.
you can bring that up to Verena, if you can mention that to Verena about
Yeah,
you
yeah.
picked up the burning.
Yeah, I'll tell her in a minute.
Didn't you, Verena? You picked up on the burning, didn't you, in the tower?
Down by the mill.
Yeah, the burning in the tower. Yeah,
Where the nasty man was.
where the nasty man was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw it on fire.
because there's
So I
two. There's
saw
Ralph,
flames coming out of the
or
roof.
Raoul, and there's Lord Edward Seymour as well.
Right.
Lord Edward Seymour. That's what you got last time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Do you remember in the
gosh,
back
I've
of the
already got a bit
castle?
of it this time, I'm afraid, down
Oh,
by the
did you?
horses.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Abigail picked it up as well down
Yeah,
there as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
That nasty place.
Naughty
People
meats.
burnt alive in there.
Yeah,
Because remember the last time we was here with Sally?
yeah, I don't want him back at my house as well.
Yeah.
So because he wasn't happy with me last time. So
No.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you elaborate what happened last time with Lord Edward Seymour?
Well, he felt dishonoured.
Dishonoured, did he?
He was telling me the information, but then didn't like me relaying it, and he was getting cross. And I think if I'd been from his time and I'd been male or female, actually, I don't think he would have cared. He wanted to duel me, so yeah, he wasn't happy with that, and he certainly liked the males as well, kind of once a week or every other Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's had that sort of feeling to
That
it.
sort
There
of
was
vibe about him.
and
Yeah.
they left quite quickly or were total sacked quite quickly, and a new one brought in if it was getting a little bit maybe uncovered.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling that I got from it.
Oh right. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a bit of a splash of water from a trough,
And a bit of splash of water from a trough.
because
yeah.
that's all there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was in the. I can't remember what area it was. It was at the back of the castle, wasn't it? Where there's a long drop to the bottom.
Yeah.
Was that in the?
There's like a Zacharias in there as well.
Yeah, I can't remember what
Have you
area
ever
it
got that
was.
name before?
I haven't. No.
Like a
I'm just trying to think of the name of that
like a
area where we.
Zacharias or it was short for Zachary. Zacharias. I can hear like a
I've never heard of that note before. No one's ever picked up on that before. So I think that's what's
The
interesting.
two ladies are still there waiting for me.
Oh, the white lady and the blue lady.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll go into this
I
actually.
think like I said, the first time you come here as a medium, it's everywhere. It
It's
whacks you in the
everywhere.
face, the energy. The second time you come in, you kind of get in this. You know what you're going to get at certain
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
It's very similar. There's been a couple of little differences, but
It
it's very
seems the more
similar.
times you come here, and if you're working with different mediums or you're getting different mediums coming
Yeah.
along, you get different things happening.
Yeah, that's what you
That's
need.
why I come as much
Some
as
of
I
us
do.
will get the same, and some of us might get something that someone else
no
hasn't
one's
got,
ever
which
picked
is
up
good as
before.
well.
Yeah. Should we go in a minute, shall we? When
Yeah,
you're
we need to
ready,
go
when
in,
you're
yeah,
free,
because,
when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
We're getting a bit short on the old time.
Yeah, it
so
just zooms by, doesn't it?
I want to go straight into that bloody tower. That's why I
Yeah.
want to go.
I want to go into that building.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the time. Do we need to go in and
Yeah.
buy
We've got,
tickets?
we've got, so I've only got money to I'll pay for you.
You're right, you're okay with that?
So Abigail was there.
Yeah.
You picked up.
Someone was pushed into here, and then Mel went in and said, "It's like."
Oh right,
went
someone's
in,
pushed into there.
And I touched the back, and I feel like there was a scuffle. It was a fight, and there was more than two people involved in it.
Oh, wow.
And one of them got pushed into the fire.
Into the fire.
And I felt pain and
They got-
screaming, basically.
And they got burnt. Did they?
Yeah.
They got.
I don't know if they died in there, but I just felt they were pushed
Yeah, they
in.
pushed into the fire, and then they
I
got
felt it was
caught.
more than two people. It was at least 5.
Yeah.
Question now. Yeah, it's a room behind here that I felt people died.
Oh right, this room here, yeah. I think that room was quite an active room. When we was able to get in there, I think the mediums did pick up on the fact that it was quite active in there. They did feel a lot of energy.
There's a window on this wall on the other side,
Yeah.
and it's got stones like leading over out the sill.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I looked up and I felt like somebody was going to push a stone out of the window. I know that's
did-
impossible because they'd be off the floors, but I
Yeah.
felt like somebody wanted to throw something out the window.
For a second, yeah, because that does happen.
Right.
Yeah, that does happen. People have experienced that.
Right.
Where someone's throwing stones at them.
Yeah.
But it's not a visitor. It's actually coming from the top of the windows.
Yes.
Yeah. Where they actually felt someone chucking stones at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people experience that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's happened quite a lot.
It's got to be a resident spirit because obviously there would have been floors.
Yeah. You can see all the
So,
different floors. Yeah.
But I felt like somebody wanted to chuck a boulder at me.
Oh my
really.
God.
So I had
Yeah.
to step back.
It's not good. Yeah. Well.
Protective.
Yeah, it's not going to be around it all the
Yeah.
time.
Is that what you picked up? Somebody being pushed in?
Yeah.
Right. Anybody else getting anything?
Right, I thought there was a fight. There was a scuffle. there's more than 2 people involved, at least 3. We got pushed back into the fire.
Wow. Motion board.
Oh. When you were saying about someone being pushed into the fire, the motion board was going mad.
Was it? If it was you that was pushed into the fire, can you make that light go again, please? On the motion board.
Someone just flipped out then. Like a bit of gravel or something. Did anyone see that? Yeah. They flipped over the ball and flipped down.
Yeah.
If you go near to some of the gadgetry in there.
Should we call out, shall we?
There you
There
go.
we go.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
It was a woman. Breeze, is it?
Yeah, we've come here with the utmost respect for you. If you would like to come forward and give us a sign, if you could make a sound, if you could touch one of us, if you could make a sound or come forward, we would be really grateful.
I felt somebody touched my cheek when I was over there.
Wow.
Temperature's changing on the temperature.
Can you throw another
suddenly
piece of
feeling really
gravel
cold.
out from that area, please?
Rings for cold. Rain goes to the cold temperatures when it goes hot, when it goes red. If it's purple, it's...
So they're sucking the energy
What's
off
the
it.
difference between the green and the blue?
I'm not sure. I think green is on, but with a slight temperature. And blue is very cold.
Oh, I think cold.
Blue is very cold, and when it goes to red, that's when it gets hot.
Okay.
And when you switch it on, it's purple. It starts off as purple.
That's cool. What is that?
Temperature box.
Cool.
It worked because when I was really cold with rates down there, it was blue.
Yeah, green's now saying it's on, it's working.
So when this box goes red, can you use the energy to do something for us, please?
We haven't got any K2s in there, have we?
No.
Shall I chuck a couple
Yeah.
in?
See what happens.
Was there someone with a bad leg? Basically, I just said to them, let's skip up and get down.
It's fun, isn't it?
Basically, you're back
And it's a cheap day too.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. And you've got exercise and been in nature. So, yeah,
What, here?
The people involved in this fight, I feel it was to do with people.
I'm certain you picked up a male presence somewhere.
Yeah. Because there is a photograph on my page of a lady dressed in medieval clothing standing here.
Yeah.
I felt it was a lady who pushed into the fire, but there was a man involved. At least one.
But I'm trying to separate the two men because there's someone with Darren, which I'm not sure is a guide or
Yeah, it's been
a
going for
relative
ages,
as well.
isn't it?
That boy has.
Yeah.
I've got someone close.
So you think it's
Lee Hunter picked up a vortex here. Lee Hunter. He reckons there's a vortex here as well.
Yeah.
Can you see the spirit?
I'm picking up someone.
I can see his shadow.
Is the vortex on that wall?
Yeah, because Lee Hunter picked up on it. Yeah,
I felt
the
her
vortex.
shrink down and go into
There is that
yeah,
story of
yeah.
a few things around that wall too.
Yeah, Lee Hunter reckons that
To me,
if,
that's a portal.
Yeah,
Something's come through.
yeah.
yeah.
Standing guard up.
Do you think the portal's open, or do you think it's an open portal? Yeah,
They've shut
because
off.
sometimes people can close them, can't they?
No, I think they've shut it.
Oh, they shut it. Oh, can they actually shut them? The portals, can they?
They don't want to come out to play.
Oh, right.
I don't think she liked
sick of all
to. I
these
think it
Indians
was
coming
didn't
around
like so
bugging
many
them.
people
They've seen
around.
Matt too many
No.
times. They spotted him in the garden.
We're not playing.
They spotted Matt in the garden. I said, we're not coming out to play.
Yeah.
Just wants to break down the blocks and the barriers to try and have some sort of relationship with you, really.
Well, I know it is.
Yeah, it's got to come together.
Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah.
It was above your head when you were sat down earlier.
He's always with me.
Yeah.
He's protecting you, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's helping you channel as well.
I mean, do you think it's definitely a spirit, or do you think it's just going off willy-nilly?
No,
Yeah, that's my cynical
Yeah,
side. I
yeah.
think it's just going to go off every 5 seconds.
No, they don't.
No.
You could, what I normally do with the balls, if you get them to interact with them, which they are now,
Yeah.
you can ask them questions and you say to them, right, is this all round?
Yeah, yeah, and then
Square.
right.
And then you can get, see, it went off when I said square.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, but you can't be.
Are you a male or female?
That's a,
You just
well,
know
that's,
you know
that's an open question. It's
They're not a trans, are they?
No.
You asked
Are you female? Can you make the ball activate if you're female? That one did.
Oh, that one did. Yeah, you can see that one.
Are you the cook?
And I'd always had
Are you the cook? Is your name called Flo? Floey?
Yeah.
Because that's what she's was being picked up. The cook's called Flo, or Floey, or Florence.
Say Florence on.
Florence, yeah, because
Suppose Flo would be short for Florence.
There you go.
oh yeah, no, Florence.
Florence.
Thank you, Florence.
Florence, were you murdered?
Was you murdered, Florence? No. Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Florence, are you the cook?
Are you the cook, Florence?
Right. You made some good meals, didn't you? Yeah.
You made some.
Amazing.
So when it goes to the blue, does that mean getting cold? Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Florence.
Florence, did you fall into the fire?
Well, I probably know by
We did a tracks workshop.
It's a different one then.
Yeah, Florence, did you fall into the fire? Florence, did you fall into the fire?
It's amazing. Blew me away that the other day.
Yeah, they moved. They do move.
sound.
Blew me away.
Florence, did you cook for the Pomeroy family? Because I'm trying to.
They're all excited tonight.
Yeah, 'cause I'm trying to find out if she cooked for the Pomeroy family or the Seymour family.
Florence, did you cook for the Seymour family?
I feel like our spirit's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Just felt really cold. in that
Cold.
corner.
Come.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you for talking to us, Florence. We really appreciate it.
It's got a
Can
bit
we
warmer as well, slightly warmer around my feet.
Yeah.
Can we speak to the spirit that
Ooh.
Abigail and I picked up?
See what Emma's picked up on her phone.
Grave.
Oh, grave.
Wow. Interesting.
Does Florence want us to find
Yeah.
her grave? Maybe we'll bring flowers next.
Yeah, because it.
Matt, you don't bring flowers, do you?
No, I don't. No. No, but I
See you
reckon
next time,
what
you'll
we
be the
should
biggest
do,
bunch of flowers in
we
the
could
room.
actually probably go down to the church because that's where a lot of the
Oh, it's going. It's going.
St Mary's Church at Bury Pomeroy,
Are you? Hello, thank you for coming forward.
the graveyard. Yeah.
Are you the spirit that Abigail and I picked up that was pushed into the fire? Can you make one of the devices go off?
Yeah. Are you still here, Florence?
This isn't Florence.
Yeah.
This is a male. This is male.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's a male, is it?
It sounds like an R sounding name to me. Robert. It's like an R.
Are you Robert?
Oh yeah, your mouth's gone off.
Yeah.
Should we be going to the cemetery?
Yeah. Are you buried at St Mary's Church, Bury Pomeroy? Are you buried at St Mary's Church, Bury Pomeroy?
I'm going to get one of them boxes.
They're good, aren't they?
I've got the cap also.
Yeah. Where'd you buy those boxes?
I've forgotten his name. I've got a wish list.
Tell you what, I'll go on eBay and tell you his name.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. I want to get one.
Were you
Join the-
pushed into the fire?
I can send you a link for maybe that does.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Lots of magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get one.
Yeah.
It's the same as the round.
All the things that I've done, I've never seen
Yeah.
one of
No,
those.
I want to get a couple of cat balls as well.
I've got a handheld one that you shake for the balls.
Ah, yeah, I've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you buried at St Mary's Church in Bury Pomeroy?
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
It's possible. Change so that you can see.
Is it possible?
That means,
Oh, it's possible.
that
All
means
right.
they're frigging around a little bit as well.
Look, it's going off. Look, it's going off again.
Yeah, but the reason why that is because of. Do you know what this is?
It's Porto.
Yeah.
It's a portal, yeah.
So they're just playing peekaboo, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're playing peekaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They're
we're all
having
playing
a
peekaboo,
laugh.
but we haven't played it since I was about 7.
Yeah.
I keep getting an RO name though from
Robert.
Or Roberto. Feels like it's definitely an RO. Yeah.
Robert.
Robert! Right, cat ball go for me, please. Purchases. Roger. I know it's RO.
There was a Roger here.
Are you called Roger?
I think.
He's one of the hands, one of the servants.
Are you called Roy?
There is a servant.
Is there a
I've
Roy?
never seen whenever I come here.
Rolly.
Would they have had a Jamaican slave?
Yes.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Because I keep seeing a Jamaican
There's
slave.
also
I
a-
picked up that. And I'm like, who is this? Yeah, but not when I was here, afterwards. No, always when I'm here. Yeah, and he just walks.
Roy.
It's just so downtrodden, gentlemen.
Hello, Roy. Can you make the cat ball go, please?
They don't want to play. I'll send you in.
Yeah, thank you. The lights dinner time.
There's 3.
What did it say?
There's 3.
There's 3.
Things of this you got.
Who was the gentleman that belonged to like a drinking lodge or a lodge with other gentlemen? Who was the gentleman that...
Gregory, but that's not a name for it.
No, it's not a name. Who was the gentleman who did like a lodge or had like a lodge and they did drinking together? And it was like a men's lodge playing cards and things from back in the day. Who's that? It's definitely
Card school going on in my dining room.
all the names was coming. Colony. It was like, you know, I just said about a Jamaican slave. Ah, colony. Yeah. Wow. Who was the gentleman who used to drink in a lodge with other gentlemen who was a bit more well-to-do? And they made their own little club. It feels like that because haven't they got like a lizard or what have they got as their symbol? It's an animal of some sort, isn't it?
Different lodges, aren't they?
It's like
Not Masonic. Yeah. So Masonic is the
how old is a Masonic lodge?
years.
Centuries.
Centuries. But Masonics would have been a
Centuries.
compass.
Goes back to the Templars, doesn't
It's
it?
a compass and
It feels like
like a
that.
set
Like
square and a
when men
compass.
get together, like that.
Yeah, the Masonics would be a compass and a set square.
Right, okay.
For the Masonics. The Freemasons, sorry.
Yeah.
Buffaloes would be a buffalo.
Right. This
Oddfellows.
feels like an armadillo or
Oddfellows. The Oddfellows, I think theirs was an animal.
Civil Society.
it's like an armadillo or something like that. Or
Oh, wait a minute. No, that wouldn't be up. That's down Cornwall way. There's quite a lot. That not the Illuminati.
I don't know.
No, they wouldn't have had. They had animals on their symbols, didn't they? The Illuminati. They're not that.
I think that was just the triangle of the animal.
There's a lot of other symbols for different lodges, for different areas. If you go down to Manhattan House, in the fireplaces, you'll see different animals. Right, because that's quite a Illuminati.
I'll have a look. I'll Google it. Not as if you might not.
Should we go into a different area now, shall we?
Yeah.
Just to save a bit of time.
My hips, they don't go dislocating on me. Isn't it easier to go through the gate?
You're not into it, are you?
Yeah, but when the kids saw I wasn't I was too distracted by them really. Well, the last time I put her in for doing some nipples. Nippy a month.
Yeah.
Child. And she had Teddy with her.
Yeah.
Teddy.
Yeah.
And he's saying hopefully. Well, he would be with her as a month.
He's gone now, isn't he?
Oh no! Look at me.
You go.
I mean, it's difficult.
So just the only one, so okay. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Only found out
Is anybody picking up anything down here at all?
I didn't want to come down at the entrance. It didn't feel
Didn't
nice
feel right.
coming
No,
down.
no. It's quite a strong energy, isn't it?
Yes.
A lot of people have picked up on strong energies down here.
It felt like you sort of really had to sort of push through. Like
Yeah,
push through the-
exactly.
down here in the first place.
There was a monk as well down here that Darren's picked up on. Right. Yeah.
You right, B?
I think she's touching. Yeah, I think she's feeling the tree at the moment. I think she's picking up on an energy. Be interested to see.
Something around there.
Are you picking up something around there? Are
I
you?
don't know what I pick up. You're picking the tree. There's something, the tree, and around the tree there.
Around this tree here?
Something's there.
Yeah, this tree here or the one up further up?
I want further up.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're picking up on a strong energy, is it, in that area, is it, where the tree is?
I do feel
Yeah. Yeah, because you picked up on a strong energy, didn't you, just now? Yeah. Where that tree is, yeah. But it's quite active down here. Because a lot of mediums have picked up a lot of energies down here.
It feels like you're being watched. It feels like someone's in here.
Yeah.
They're watching us.
Watching what we're doing.
Following us.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm feeling really sick at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? You're feeling like a sickly feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming, like, watching us coming down here.
I'm feeling the last walk. Somebody's last walk, and I'm trying to ask him who he is and what he's done. Definitely a young gentleman.
Can you jump back before pre-castle?
It's before the castle, yeah.
Right.
I'm going back.
What you seeing in here? Anything? Or feeling anything?
Roman fort.
I said it was. As I came down, it felt Roman.
Yeah, I'm
What
feeling
about,
Roman.
what about canvas sheets?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Roman fort would have been sheetage.
Yeah.
But they hobnailed sandals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And I
that's
think that's the sound of marching.
Yeah.
That sort of marching sound with those gets heard down here. This feeling of dread.
Are you recording, Matt?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay. Who are you in the street? Peter. Okay. What have you done?
Okay, the Peter is spelled P-E-T-R.
Yeah, it's more French way of spelling Peter.
Yeah.
Petra. Okay. What have you done? Okay.
You getting military?
No, he's not military. He's groundsman.
Right.
I feel worked the land. Stolen. He's stolen an animal for food for his family, and he's walking his last walk to be home.
Which way?
He's still walking, so they're still going deeper down.
I love this.
This guy. So you've stolen. What did you steal? You stole a pig.
Our previous conversation, Matt.
He has stolen a pig.
I'm trying not to talk too much because
I feel he has stolen a pig, and the Lord. It was a prized pig. It's not just that would have been to him it was food, but for some reason I'm feeling it was the breeding pig of the estate. So it would have been the one that the Lord would have highly rated out of his stock. So he's now walking. So we can come in. Very quiet. We're getting close.
Yeah.
Very close to the end. So
yeah, you've got the stream down there, look. See the stream?
he's also saying it wasn't a basic hanging.
Oh, it wasn't a basic hanging, no?
No, it wasn't quick. They made him suffer.
Oh, no. It's not nice, is it?
He's got 3 children who
He was hung, strung, and quartered.
Quartered, yeah. It was a long death.
They hung him up, stretched him, brought him back down, hung him up, stretched him, brought him back down.
That's what I'm visualising with
Yeah,
him as
and
well.
then they 4 horses pulled him out, and then they disemboweled him. Right.
Yeah, he was still alive at the end.
Yes.
And it was a really horrific life, another horrific ending to his life.
Yeah.
He had 3 children, and one of his children was also killed for his dad's penance.
Oh no.
Because he's saying that the child came with him. One
not
of
good,
his
is it?
children, his eldest son, came with him on the day that he was killed. Because
Right.
his child was with him.
Oh, really?
His child was with him when he stole the pig.
Right. Okay. So.
But they were merciful on the child in that
It was quick.
just hanged. Yeah.
Right.
It was a quick death, was it?
It was
Yeah.
a quick
Quick
death
death.
Because he was a child.
Oh, I see.
Well, just Mel, just tell what you said to me to be.
I picked up a man who was
And I'm
looking
picking up feelings, sensations.
Yeah,
and
tell me what you
feelings.
got.
So I'm feeling weak.
At the top of my head, he cut wood. He was dressed in he had like a kind of like a floppy hat and like quite rough clothes. But I feel he loves this woodland, and that's what he used to do. That's what I was feeling.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a male energy.
It is a male energy, it's quite
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
What's she picking up?
Yeah, I'm feeling.
Oh, was she picking up?
weary, I'm
All of it?
feeling-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've all got the same person.
Oh right. Okay.
I don't feel he's noisy.
What was you picking up just now?
So for me, I tend to pick up feelings and sensations first.
Right,
I'm feeling
okay.
Very weary, very weak.
Yeah.
Weak sensations at the top of my legs, going into my hips.
Okay.
The same feeling in my tummy and a headache.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
Abby, right?
Really heavy, walking down there, really heavy, really sad, really despondent, really as if I could hardly walk. I was trying to slow my walking
Yeah.
down,
Wow.
walk
Yeah.
like this, just really
I say he
heavy.
was trying to
It's
coming
amazing,
down
isn't it?
towards the
trying
end.
to sort of
Absolutely amazing.
knew
Amazing.
what
Yeah,
was
it is
coming.
amazing.
so he was
Yeah.
walking, he knew the fear of dread, the slower he walked, the longer it would take before they done
Right.
what they did.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
he was
what
stood there
I'm
watching
feeling.
us.
It's
And that's
like
the
that
embowelling.
anxiousness.
Because he was emboweled.
Really, yeah.
So
yeah.
we've just been talking,
Oh God,
right?
I've got goosies now.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on, because the energy's gonna start sharing that. How you feeling that, Emma?
I'm getting with the child walking behind him, and it's just the.
Child's got no idea whatsoever
Well,
about to happen.
no, but it's just it's the tears, and I'm just feeling the link to the mother, and just knowing that they're not going to see her again, and the others. And
The thing is, mother did see it all.
oh yeah, she saw it all, but it's
She
just,
witnessed
The child
everything.
was first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was the punishment.
The punishment was the child.
You're picking up
went first.
Peter.
Peter.
He walked down here, right? We just been discussing it before we talked, right? Hang on.
Um,
Right? He was brought down here, he was hung, strung and quartered. You're picking up the energy from the stomach.
the stomach.
You're picking the energy from looking back because he was actually hung facing that way.
Right.
Yeah.
He was stretched up that way, put down, and you're feeling all the pain too.
I'm facing this way now,
Yeah.
and my whole head, emotion. I'm feeling so heavy. I just want to cry.
Amazing.
And it's like shaky, goosebumpy all down my head. And yeah, but I didn't feel it facing that way.
It's facing
Well,
that
he
way.
was looking this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So he was there between those trees, looking up the
Yeah.
lane, watching us.
But the child, they actually put the sack over his head so he didn't see.
Yeah.
And the child had no idea what was about to happen.
No,
No idea at all.
No way.
Wow.
God, the way they used to treat people in those days.
Right. Okay. It was definitely
It's quite horrific, isn't it?
He worked
Could be quite horrific, couldn't they, in those days?
right.
Yeah, we've got some really good evidence there. Everyone's picked up on the same thing.
We've all picked up on the same thing.
Died.
Yeah.
Still the pig. Big leg and got all that for it. Mel's picking up the man who just picked up the legs. And he was hung from a
Ah,
and the child was a big child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just noticed the roadside. It's the opposite of
I have come down
You're right,
so
Darren.
we're talking independent.
Are you alright?
Oh no, it's not a nightmare back there. Do you want a hand?
Mel, do you want my shoulder?
I think you're alright. Thank you. I think I'll be alright.
I was going to say, because I'm a perfect height, I'm short, so you can lean on me.
I wonder if he's half of these trees then.
No, the tree that you come from is no longer here.
Mel had the guy looking back up because he had some facing that way, and V had the most evidence, so Emma got the little child as well.
Yeah, and then facing that way, I had the...
Oh, you got the little child? Oh, you got the child as well? Oh, right. Wow.
Boy, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the little boy?
Little son, yeah.
I didn't pick up on the child, I picked up on him.
4 to 5, 6 years old.
Oh, I've got girl again.
Oh, you got the little girl again?
Yeah, I always get the last time I was here, I got the girl.
Oh, I see, yeah. What, she long here?
As soon as I come down here, she attaches to me.
Did you get a name for her at all?
I think it's Kay.
Kay, right,
Katie
yeah.
or Kitty or something like that.
Yeah, because somebody else picked up on that.
But
Yeah.
last time she was like in an outfit, like almost like a maidy type of, not maid, but like mock-up and stuff like that.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time she's in a nighty, like with disturbing her.
You're just picking
And
up
her nighty looks very, very off-white.
Right,
Like,
okay.
it's quite stained
I
and...
picked up that last time.
Yeah, oh, right, that's interesting, yeah, because somebody else got that as well.
Dirty looking,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's very tidy, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's interesting, yeah, because Kevin got that last time. They picked up on a name as well, Molly.
Right.
Someone called Molly.
I get like a K something.
Kay, right, okay, that's interesting. You said
She's
that.
got like a nighty on this.
Oh, is she?
But last time she didn't. Last time she had like what I call like a pinafore on,
Pinafore,
you know, to
yeah.
protect her while she's doing work and like a mock cap.
Is she in residual energy, or do you think is she aware of us?
Coming and going.
Oh, she's coming and going, yeah.
Are you still recording?
Everything's recording,
I
yeah.
want you to stop because I want to say something.
Okay.
That's not going to be on camera.
I can just sense like a boy hiding, as if something's going on.
Oh, right, okay,
He's
wow.
hiding in the woods, wearing white. Like,
Yeah.
It's almost like a cloth type.
Oh, wow, that's
Quite
interesting.
simple.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it was something to do with the castle, maybe something from nearby, but something's going on.
Something's going on and
Hiding.
he's watching and hiding, right, yeah, because Kevin Hines picked up on someone similar when he was here last, on a young boy in the woods, playing peekaboo.
Yeah, it's like he's hiding and looking out. But
Yeah.
he's a bit scared to,
Oh, is he?
to come too close. He's
Right.
As if he's not really loud. Or,
Right, so he's been a bit cautious, is he? Yeah.
Hiding
In the woods. Wow. Yeah, because Kevin Hines did get that last time he was here. He was standing over here and he was picking up on a boy in the woods, nearer towards the driveway. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Wow. Thank you.
Elizabethan V? Right, okay, so yeah, a little bit earlier then. Yeah, so the lower tower, he's just been looking out the window, looking at all of us.
Oh, wow, yeah. In St Margaret's Tower, over there.
So I've never been here, so...
Okay, yeah, that's St Margaret's Tower over there on the right.
I don't like the feel of his energy, I must admit.
No.
And he doesn't feel happy that there's people here.
Right, yeah, that could be, because we believe it's Ralph. There's Ralph, Della Pomeroy, and also Edward Seymour. And I think both of them don't like people here.
Okay.
They don't like visitors here at all. It's they still see it as their home, and they think that we're trespassing. So, because they're still living in their own time, you see. So they think that we're all trespassing, and what are we all doing here? You know, and I think a lot of it's natural curiosity as well.
Absolutely.
You know, which I can understand from their point of view.
Okay, so as I was coming back from the loos,
Okay.
I found things two children,
Yeah.
younger than 10.
Yeah.
So they're a boy and a girl, and they were playing in that right-hand kind of column there beside the arch. So they're
Okay.
in there, and now they're like peeking at us through the windows.
Oh, yeah, on the top windows.
I'm seeing them both in the left-hand side window on that column and the central windows as well. But I feel that both of them died a violent death. So it wasn't like they died of illness or anything like that. I feel that they were actually murdered. They were killed.
Oh, they were murdered and killed. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it?
So They're very jovial, they're very happy, and they're very curious, and it's almost like they want to play with us. They want to, I'm hearing like peekaboo.
Peekaboo, yeah.
And so yeah, I'm feeling a lot of happiness from them. They love this place. They love.
Lovely, yeah. They love the visitors as well, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Wow.
yeah, I'm just trying to pick it if they're related. If they're I don't know.
Yeah, we're interested in getting. Well, I know you can always get names, but because there have been children
Billy.
pick up there. Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy. Right. Okay. Wonderful.
So. Yeah, I think they were brother and sister.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And I think they both died at the same time.
Yeah.
In the castle, and I'm seeing. I believe they died from swords, basically.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So I know nothing about the history of this place or what happened here, but I feel that they both died of violent death, but it was very quick. Just asking them who were they in terms of the community of the castle when they were alive. Okay, so I don't feel that they were workers. I don't feel that they were working. They show me a lot of playing, running around the place. It feels like they had to run of the place. So I don't feel that these were children who were put to work at all. Okay, and the girl's she's showing me she's wearing a whitish dress, quite a pretty little dress.
Yeah. Okay.
And the boy is wearing almost like I'm not sure what it's called. It's like a tunic and trousers, brown and darker brown colours. And so the boy showing me he's got brown hair. Okay, they're running away now.
Oh, they're running away now. Oh, right, they've had enough now, so they've gone.
They're gone.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what.
Thank you very much.
You're
Yeah, I
welcome.
really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So he approached me on the wall, as far as drawn to the wall.
Okay.
First thing he showed me was that the wall used to be a lot higher.
Yep.
Surrounding there. And he was still quite nasty. He was like a bit like looking at me in a funny way, and I was like, "You can't hurt me, I'm protected." So I was asking him some questions. He's trying to scare me. He was showing me how he used to actually. He was basically cannibalised. He used to eat human flesh.
Oh, did he? Oh no. Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the name Matthias.
Matthias. Right. So
And I've got that he didn't die there. He died in Gaul.
oh, he died in. Right. Okay.
So yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, and I got sometime around the 1600s, but I feel the late 1600s.
Late 1600s. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting. Doesn't sound like a very nice man, does he?
No,
No.
definitely not.
So that was quite remarkable, wasn't it? Because we all picked up on that, didn't we? All of us, in
Yeah.
some way, shape or form.
And the same emotions and dread and real heaviness.
Yeah.
And walking really
weakness.
slowly to put something off because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
feeling dread.
A feeling of being watched from the woods, from both above as we were walking down the track, from both the higher ground, definitely, and the lower ground as well. And I saw a man in the trees. There's a place where the path sort of curved around some trees, and he was watching us coming down the path.
Well, if you want to go to Verena, actually,
Yeah.
Matt.
She picks up more.
I know she's eating, but Verena, you started the energy off, didn't you? Down there, she's eating. Okay. So we started off at the top of the track. You went off down there, didn't you, Deb? So
I didn't pick up on the gentleman, but I picked up on a little girl in quite a shabby looking night dress. Felt like an off-white, had stains and a sort of a yellowish tinge to it. And I felt the feeling of disturbing her.
Right, okay.
And then we were at the top of the track. Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you. We were at the top of the track, and Verena picked up on Peter,
cool.
respect with an R,
That's cool.
and he was he a Roman soldier or something like that, or some sort of civilian like that? But he was walking down the hill, and as we were walking down, she was talking about the experiences of sadness, and it was going to his last walk, and then at that point, we all seemed to gather together. You already reached the bottom by then, and then you started saying about
The woodsman.
You saw the man down the bottom of the hill, didn't you, where Deb's was?
Yeah, and he worked in the woods.
That's right.
Maintained
And then
the
you started feeling a bit sad, didn't you, Abby?
Real heaviness.
Really heaviness and sadness.
Yeah, I remember you was getting quite emotional, wasn't you? She was getting quite emotional down there.
Yeah, and then Rach got the legs, didn't you? You got the legs, didn't you?
You got the legs
stomach.
and the stomach as well.
Right,
remember
and then
that.
we started talking, and then we discovered then the energy was that he was going to his hanging, but they hanged his little boy as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
As the punishment.
Right.
And they put the mask over the boy's head.
Oh, really? Right.
Hung him first as an example, and then they hung, strung and quartered this Peter. And that was right off from here down the bottom. Is that right, V?
And the feelings were stronger as you looked up the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Are you ready to talk, V, now? Yeah.
There we go.
I'm ready to go. What are we talking about?
It's top of the track.
Oh, the top of
We're
the
just going
track.
to do a
So we're doing
debrief as we
debrief on the top.
Yeah.
Right, as we were walking down the track, I was feeling a feeling of dread. Almost as if I was taking my last steps of my life. Picked up on a gentleman, Peter Petra.
Petra?
It's either Peter or it's spelled Petra, but he said he was Peter.
Right, okay.
So it's spelled differently to the way we would spell Peter. And he had his son with him, and they were both basically going to the end of their lives.
Right.
When I asked him what his crime was, he told me that to feed his family and to feed his children, he stole a pig. But the pig that he stolen wasn't just a pig from his livestock, it was also the main breeding pig. So he had basically stolen the prize pig of the batch. And his son was with him, helping him hustle it up when they stole it. So they were both basically penalised, taken to the cellar of the house. He's telling me that they were locked within the castle.
Yeah, sure.
And then the next following day, the whole of the village came out for their demise.
Oh, right, oh, really? Wow.
I felt as if I became him walking down the hill because I felt that dread and feeling was there with me.
Yeah, sort of, like a dread, the feeling of dread, but foreboding. Foreboding is the word, isn't it?
It was like as if it was my last week. And
because
when we got down into the dip area, that's where I knew that his execution had happened.
Yeah.
They executed the child first.
Oh, did they? Why was that?
I know I've got two ladies.
I can imagine as a father to see your child being executed, being hung, would be the worst thing you would want to see.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's almost like that was part of the trauma about what he was going to experience.
Right.
The father's death was not very quick at all.
Yeah.
They part hung him so that he was unconscious, but brought him back into life again.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then they spread him and humdrum quartered him.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Quite brutal in those days, wasn't it?
And then when he dropped to the floor, he was still alive. He hadn't actually died, and they disembalmed him.
Oh wow.
While he was still alive.
Horrific.
It was a really horrific death. That's what he showed
I can
me.
imagine. Yeah.
That's what he showed me.
Yeah. It wasn't a nice way to die, though, wasn't it? It's
all
not
the
really,
while, his wife and his two younger children was watching.
Oh really? Oh no.
You don't care, are you?
Must have been awful to be in that situation back in those days, the way it was.
Execution for stealing a livestock would have been normal behaviour.
Normal behaviour, yeah, it would have been commonplace, wasn't
I mean, people were executed for stealing an apple.
Oh, back in those days, it would. Yeah,
So
yeah.
to steal a prize pig, which was the main breeding pig.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
you
Then-
naughty little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, that was my experience.
That's what
of
your
walking
experience is
that
down
bottom
there.
lane, yeah.
Wow. It's an amazing set of experiences, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
when we went to the little bridge area just after that,
Yeah.
there's like a little bridge. Unfolded lemonade. When we got to the bridge area, I did see a very older gentleman,
Okay. Yeah.
quite gnarly, but
Yeah.
sort of.
Sorry, what did you ask to drink?
I didn't know I'd get anything now.
Oh, you're not getting
You
it?
ordered a cappuccino. That's your cappuccino.
Thanks, Matt.
You ordered cappuccino, didn't you?
No, I didn't know. I just got one for Darren.
Ah,
So,
right,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, on that bridge area, I saw a gnarly gentleman that would have lived within the land,
Yeah.
but kind of herbalist doctor. And I saw him bloodletting.
Oh, bloodletting, right.
Yeah, I saw
Oh, that's interesting.
bloodletting occurring, and I've forgotten this lady's name now because she said she saw blood there.
Oh yeah, the stream.
The stream, by the stream where the bridge is.
Yeah, I was the first look to the stream. It was all red, like blood flowing down.
You were saying that when we was walking down to the bottom, we got to the stream, and that when we was just going over that bridge, you saw blood coming from that stream, didn't you?
I saw a gentleman there bloodletting people
That's
to
what you.
remove their illnesses.
Oh my God.
So it's
That's
almost
probably
like
what you're picking up on. Yeah.
So it's almost like as if the stream was
Yeah.
a healing place.
It was a healing
where
place,
they
yeah.
all went to be healed by this gentleman.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. That does make a lot of sense, actually. Yeah. Yeah, because other people have picked up on very similar vibes there.
Yeah.
So I say it was a healing place where they used to walk down
That's
there.
where they went for healing by that stream.
heal.
The way he healed
Mm.
was a lot of bloodletting involved to remove the.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. That is. That's the first time though. When you mentioned about the blood in the stream, that was the first time I've actually heard that. But as Rena said, it was probably where they used to go down to heal.
Yeah, to heal with
To
the
heal.
bloodletting.
Yeah,
The blood would
yeah.
have dripped into the
That's,
stream.
yeah, that's interesting you say that
You would
because
have let it flow into the water to purify
yeah,
it.
people have picked up on that vibe of healing down there,
Yeah.
and they've
it's
also picked up
healing
on a
area.
spirit called Molly down there as well in that area.
See, I
So,
heard Millie.
oh Millie,
I heard Millie.
oh
down
Millie
there.
down there,
Yeah. I don't know why.
because Kevin picked up on that about a month ago,
Yeah.
but it might, maybe meant Millie. Because
Millie,
Molly,
I might even
Molly,
have had it wrong.
yeah, it could be
But
Millie
when
or
you said
Molly.
Molly, I was like, oh, I picked up Millie.
Yeah,
But
well that's it's like
Very
well,
similar name,
it's very
same
similar
thing.
name, isn't it? So it could be
to
either
be
Millie
honest,
or
we're always
Molly.
on a muffled telephone to Spirit anyway, aren't we? We never hear them.
Exactly, yeah. So you probably could actually research that, and you probably could find out if there was anyone around that time period called Millie or Molly. You could actually Google it.
It's
And
more a
put,
nickname.
oh, was it a nickname?
That's
Was
what I
it
feel. That's what I
Right.
felt. It wasn't the official name, but it's what they were known as.
what they were known as? Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's really interesting because Kev got that last time, which we recorded,
Yeah.
and he said that it was getting Molly. It was down. It was near the stream.
Yeah,
it was
it was
actually
by
as he
the
was
stream,
coming
yeah.
down, past near the stream. He was picking up on Molly. He said Molly, so it could have been Molly.
So,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's always a muffled telephone to Spirit anyway, isn't it?
Well, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
We don't always hear them 100% clear.
No, no.
And with my accent, they don't understand me anyway.
They might say to you, "Can you repeat that? Because I can't understand what you're saying."
Don't understand, Jana.
No. They'd
Jana
have,
didn't
they'd have a
exist
job,
back in
wouldn't they?
those days.
Yeah. Of course, they don't have voice boxes, so you can't actually hear them, can you?
No.
The spirits, no. Okay. So, would you like to speak about your experiences? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. Well, that looks
So, my experience with going down that little lane was
Yeah.
I connected with the sun,
okay. Yeah.
and it was very much, he felt like he was sort of 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't know what was going to be happening, he just knew that everybody was really sad.
Right.
And,
Okay.
he just knew it wasn't going to be good.
Yeah.
He remembers very strongly the burlap sack put over his head.
Mm. Yeah.
And it was the kindness on the part of the family to his mother, I think, more than his father,
Okay,
that they put the sack over his head so that he wouldn't see what was happening.
Right. Okay.
But also that he wouldn't see his father being killed first. His dad's name was Peter, but it was the spelling of the P-E-T-R.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which is a fairly old English spelling, I think, with sort of French background. That was about it. It was just that feeling of dread going down there, just all the way down.
Yeah, foreboding. Yeah, because it's not just happening at the castle. Because people associate that with the castle, you know. And in the past, they said that dogs have not even wanted to go anywhere near the gatehouse, but that doesn't seem to be the case now. But I think probably a lot of the foreboding is probably coming from the bottom, isn't
it would
there?
have actually been interesting to. My dog's living a nightmare. One of my little dogs is very sensitive.
Very sensitive, yeah.
So I might come here another time and actually bring her and see what she's like.
Because I think it's in certain areas, and I think if there's a lot of spiritual activity on the day, then I think the dogs are going to pick that up, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to react accordingly.
And there was also a lot of, say, going back to the Roman times, very much the feeling of being watched from the woods.
Yeah, the feeling of being watched, that's quite common, isn't it?
And the sound of the hobnail sandals. That sound of, well, it sounds like marching, whether they're marching or not. But
I just feel like an encampment of Roman soldiers within the grounds.
Within the grounds, yeah, that makes sense.
Area.
Yeah, because people have seen and photographed soldiers in and around the castle, and obviously along the ramparts up there. People have picked up on soldiers, and there have been many photographs taken of them, and you can clearly see them. You can see them, you know, with their mesh armour and swords and spears.
That would be more Norman though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Thereafter.
Definitely, yeah. Wow, that's fascinating. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not that I can think of. It might come back to me at some point, but my memory is dire. Once it's gone through the system. That's
Yeah. Okay. Bit like my memory then.
I'm one of those ones got to talk about it as it's happening.
As it's happening, yeah.
Not after. Unless I've scribbled things.
Yeah.
Memory notes, as I call them.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. Down to the mill.
Went down to the mill, and there was some picking up. What did you pick up on the building down there?
I felt that the area that was fenced off, that was a drop, that was just absolute dread. It was awful feeling. I had a pain, a really deep ache right between my shoulder blades, going right across. So I felt somebody was injured really bad in their back. And I also felt, looking up to the path where that big tree was, it was a no-go area. Nobody wanted to go up there. It was an area of absolute dread.
Yeah, that was picked up last time.
It was just so oppressive. And I felt weak as well. I didn't want to go down there.
Can I say something as well?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
It was at that point when Abby was feeling really upset.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Rach was feeling weak. I felt like cold all over me.
Oh, did you? Yeah, that's usually a sign, isn't it?
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, I can't see these things or know exactly what.
Right.
But I felt bad. But I didn't know whether I was picking it up like everyone else or whether.
No.
It felt like a bad place to be.
It's like
that little house thing. I didn't like it.
Oh, the Castle Mill.
It was like the Blair Witch Project. You know,
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's a sawmill. Yeah, that was a sawmill. Because every time we go up there, we always pick up on that foreboding. It's quite a very sort of oppressive place, and I think people have been doing like Ouija board sessions down there as well, and they've been conjuring up sort of negative spirits. And that's why I feel that people. Yeah. So I know people have done Ouija boards down. I know that people have actually conjured up different spirits down there. And I think once they've been playing with the Ouija boards, I think they've been bringing in negative spirits, and I think that's why it feels so foreboding down there. Because you get people that mess around with Ouija boards, and they go down there knowing the history of the sawmill, and then they.
Right. I don't know that it felt like a place we should not be at.
Yeah.
We weren't welcome there.
Yeah, it didn't feel welcoming, did it? You know, it felt like we, you know, I think the impression that I got that they wanted us to leave. They didn't want us there at all. Yeah, so it was quite negative.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, thank you.
The coin's broken.
Burn.
What's going on? Oh, we're doing the coin now.
It was filmed now.
Right, anything else? Anything else you'd like to add? Anybody? Anything else happened?
Here we go. Look, Darren didn't know. I picked up Mary the Strobe, psychic medium. Picked her up last year on the mill.
Oh yeah. You can say that, Darren.
Depict a spirit or spirits that were discovered by the mill wall.
I didn't know this.
Shut that down.
That's the Lacey.
Yeah, that was Mary Sell's psychic drawing. Yeah, at the Castle Mill. Are you picking up Alice? Yeah, 'cause that's what Darren picked up on.
Darren didn't know.
No.
Let's have a look, Darren. That's the Mary I picked up.
These two images depict a spirit or spirits that were discovered by them.
Wow.
Mind blowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mind blowing. Yeah.
Before properly, but I didn't mean to be condescending with that comment on Facebook, because I'm just interested and curious why the Blue Lady came with you, because obviously normally when we do those types of things it goes away, but it must be your energy, mustn't it?
Well, I tuned into her before I got here, and she was trying to beckon me into the castle, and she does feel like quite a tormented soul to me. But when I got into the castle itself, I was overtaken by other spirits that were trying to get their story across. So perhaps she didn't have the show piece that she wanted, or the explanations, or her story told to a certain level.
Right.
I feel that was what it was. I have come on today. I have my rosaries on, and I have my Palo Santo oil in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I will be having just a gentle, respectful word with her about coming to my property, because she did follow me back last time, although I wasn't aware of her in the car or anything like that. She did sort of come to my property at 2 a.m. in the morning, wake me up, was shuffling around outside, didn't come in the property.
Wow.
I saw the blue light. And I, if anyone knows me, I love my sleep.
Yeah.
Nothing disturbs me.
Same here.
Right, so it's like, you know, I was like, "Oh, go away."
Yeah.
I turned over, put the duvet over my head, and you know, because I'm just used to that sort of. Yeah, sorry, I'm just used to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I've got a friend's husband who used to knock around here when he was younger with a group of lads. And they used to do a bit of ghost hunting years and years ago. They won't come back to this place because they had an experience where they come and they physically didn't understand the perhaps what spirits could do. And they literally taunted her. And then what happened is they got back to a friend's house. It was completely locked up. No one had been in there. But it had been ransacked, the kitchen cupboards had been pulled out, plates had been smashed, and there were these perfect 3 round holes in each 3 different window panes in the front room, and they were perfect, like someone had stenciled them out and cut them out. And I then asked him, actually, when I spoke to him this week, I said, was there 3 of you? And there was 3 of them, because I think she did 1 for each.
Really?
That's what I felt.
And what do they signify? Did they end up find out what it was, or
she would have wanted to shoot them dead?
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
They were like little,
Wow.
So that's what I'm getting. Today I'm just going to have a quiet word with her, ask her not to come back to my property again. And say, you know, I will work with her and get her point across as long as she keeps those boundaries in place. I'm going to be respectful with her, because I know that if you are not respectful with her, that she is capable of doing a lot more than what she did to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be really, really careful with that.
And we all were discussing with B, if you want to B and Emma are here, Mel and, sorry, I can't remember your name. Abby. We're all just having a chin chat about it. And V, would you said that she had issues or mental health issues, you think? Because we all said the same thing, didn't we?
When I've experienced meeting the Blue Lady, I've always felt that she had mental health problems and would have been shut away from the family.
Yeah.
And I think that's her confusion. There's a bit of confusion with her, but there's also that wanting her life to be spoken about rather than the rest of the family's lives. Because all her family, everybody know about the family that lived here, but she would have been pushed to one side, hidden. Yeah. Because I think she had mental health problems.
Well, there's definitely family issues there, wasn't it? Because I'm picking that up.
Yeah,
it's definitely some sort of.
Division.
I feel there was a division. Like she was one side. She was in between 2 families, and she was stuck in the middle. But she was kept out of one side of the family, and that was. And I want to say, without going into detail, but I want to say it's more of a mother's side. She was separated from her mother a lot. I don't know. What do you feel?
I get tormented to do with a child.
Yeah.
I got, when I was in the castle last time, I felt that there was a baby that was drowned to get rid of in a copper tub.
Yeah. Wow.
And sorry. And I just feel like that that is part to do with it. I feel she's very tormented and can't get out of the pattern, and she's tormented about what she did. And I hear like lullabies being sung, like she wants to.
One for you, the
Yeah, thank you. Like she wants to be, like she wants to go back and make make amends.
Yeah.
Because her heart was broken.
Yeah, I can understand that.
She
Yeah.
feels like
Child loss, wasn't it?
yeah.
She lost a child, didn't she?
She lost a child.
Do you think she had an incestuous affair with her father? Because she's, apparently the story goes in legend
I
that.
feel like she was pushed to get rid of the baby quite quickly.
Oh,
She
I
felt
see.
it was the only option.
Right. Okay.
I felt that she did actually drown the baby herself
Oh,
or
yeah,
get
I
servants
see.
to do it, but it feels like it was
Funny you just
Yeah.
saying that.
it was
It's
very
just
close.
starting to see that.
Yeah, and it feels like a copper pail or
Yeah.
copper bucket or something.
Right. Okay.
And it feels like it was quite quickly after birth, although she did get to spend some time with it
Yeah.
first.
Mm.
She had her good bond before she done it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and-
she's tormented.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
I
don't
see.
feel it was her father. I don't know whether
She was very
see if you
remorseful.
got it. I feel it's more of
Yeah.
an uncle. It's definitely.
Really.
Actually deformed.
Yeah,
There was
maybe.
issues
Yeah,
with the baby.
there was something wrong with the kid, wasn't
Yeah.
it, the child?
But I don't know if anybody else has felt. I mean, I've never been here, but I'm feeling that the blue lady, that there were. I know you said about mental health issues, but it feels like there's some sort of, I suppose, back then it would have been a deformity or an abnormality, that there wasn't something quite right with her.
Yeah, her mind wasn't.
Yeah, no,
in the
not
right point.
yeah. And it feels like she was a lot younger than her years.
Yeah.
Can I just
I know,
ask
I-
something? Go on, sorry.
Go on.
Sorry, no, go on, Matt.
It's
Go on.
okay. So on the way here, I did feel her connecting in the car, a lady, and then when driving down, I felt she was on the battlements looking out. All I get from her at the moment is I get quite a bit of anger, but also territoriality. Like she considers this very much her place and her home. And I don't personally, I don't feel she's particularly enamored of the idea of people like talking about her. Yeah, that's all. I just want to say that's what I pick up at the moment. But we were 12 miles away when she came to my mind and I saw her walking around.
I just want to ask a question, Mel. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what are you feeling at the minute, V? Here, honestly.
Well, she's right behind me.
Yeah.
She's right behind us.
Yes.
Oh, she's right behind you, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's actually here.
She waits by that
Yeah.
wall in there.
She's here, isn't she? I can
Oh,
feel
by the
energy's
gatehouse.
here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just where the
and
arches.
that's where I'm going to be having the quiet
She
word
knows
with
where
her.
to talk to
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just where the
And I
arches.
feel
Just
she's
that
got
stand
this
outside.
She's just at the wall behind the arch, that back
I feel
wall.
she's like this.
Oh, I
listening,
see.
Protective.
She's watching.
She's being protective of herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like we're
Definitely
talking
here
about-
right now.
She is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to see what the consensus was.
No,
because
I feel her here.
Yeah, my stomach's
I
going
felt
nuts.
so in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just a minute ago before I spoke,
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
spirit coming here.
Okay.
And they were listening to us and watching us and very interested.
Whenever I've come here, I mean, this is only my second time, but I seem to link in with her before I link in with any of the others. And she seems to be the strongest one to me, who's still going through something.
She's got torment.
She's full of
got
remorse,
to-
isn't
yeah.
she?
Yeah.
Remorse. Yeah.
Just watching the mouse.
Yeah.
I feel that she's protective of this space. I don't feel that she was ever anywhere else in her life. This was her home, but it was also her prison.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever left here for anything.
Do you feel she passed here?
Yes, born and passed here.
I thought she was
you
quite
dead, is that
angry. She
alright?
gets quite angry.
Don't
I'm saying
be
she's
other
happy
people
to
like
talk
that.
with
No,
reference
yeah,
to it.
everyone
I don't think she feels it was her prison. I
Oh
don't,
no,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have felt it
Yeah,
was her prison.
yeah.
because she
So
didn't
I
know
think
anything else.
that made her
She
quite
was a
angry
child,
to think
very
that people think.
minded.
Yeah, yeah.
There is conflict though, isn't it? Because she wants to go to the light, but someone to keep her in here. Do you feel that?
I personally feel like she's got stronger over the centuries, and
Yeah.
as a spirit, she's particularly strong. And I feel she's she moves about, but I feel she I don't feel like she's in the spirit world.
No.
I feel like she's here walking her torment.
It's her home, isn't it? And
Yeah.
she feels comfortable here. And
Yeah.
I don't know if she is comfortable though. Sometimes I think she's very sad.
sad.
There's a lot of sadness.
Sadness.
She realises where she is, but she feels trapped here as well, doesn't she?
She does feel trapped.
Because the attachment
Because
to
she had,
the child.
Yeah, she experienced a lot of pain, didn't she? A lot of pain and despair. Yeah,
very much so.
Very much so.
I mean, the last time I was here, I mean, I picked up on all sorts of legitimate stuff and bastardization and Ralph Seymour, and it was a very oppressive place.
Yeah, because you picked up on Ralph, didn't you? And you also got Edward, didn't you?
He hates people coming in here.
Yeah.
He absolutely hates it.
It would have been by invite only.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would have been a written scroll.
Oh
to
yeah,
invite
yeah.
you.
And I see him now. He's got that black sort of leather stuff on.
That's what Kevin Hines picked up on, because he was standing over here by the tree, and he had a sword as well.
Real huge, great big guy.
He's not. He was quite outspoken with me last time.
Last time with Sally.
Yeah.
I think the other thing he's happy about is that there is actually money passing hands for him to come and see him.
Yeah.
Did you see a big sword? Sorry.
Yeah, a big sword. Yeah, because Kevin Hines, he was standing over here, and he picked up on Ralph over here. And he was standing over there, all dressed in black, and he had a sword in a scabbard.
Yeah.
And he was standing over by this tree. But he was curious about what we were doing. He didn't know what we were doing. He was wondering why we were all here.
That's really interesting.
Ready to behead us all.
Yeah.
Before I came today, and I was preparing at home, waiting for you to turn up, Debs, and I was doing my preparation. Something happened that I've never ever seen before, and I saw this large sword appear and just hover in front of me, and it was pointed downwards, and I've never ever seen that before when I was calling in the light. So I didn't understand what that meant. I thought maybe it was something to protect me while I'm here, but now you're saying about the significance of the sword, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Kevin got.
I would suggest that's something to do here. I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, Lisa Robbins actually saw him on a horse, on a jet black horse, about 3 years ago in the woods. And he came racing through the woods on a horse, and she could see the sword. But it happened so quickly.
About horses.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, came down here a few times, and my sister did as well with her friends. You know, it was the thing you did to spook yourself out. Come down here at night. Back then, none of this was here. It was just a port cabin with a security guard. And anyway, we had a camcorder at the time, and she and her friends were coming down one night, and they were walking down the lane, and they passed a field, and the camcorder, they were just chatting and laughing as teenagers do. But they all saw white horses in the field.
Wow, that's
And
interesting.
because they were filming, the next day we connected it to the TV and we were watching the footage. The horses were not on the camera. What was on the camera was white orbs, but we could hear the galloping of hooves on the camera.
Oh, wow.
But the horses weren't picked up on the footage. So yeah, that was interesting.
Wow.
Horses.
Yeah.
So I've picked that up on the main lane.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the lane they would have walked down.
That
Yes.
lane I've always picked up horses
Yeah.
and cats. Hundreds of cats that have been knocked over the years.
And also, I don't know if you. I mean, this is just my own sort of fit on it. The track that goes down here to the mill.
Yeah.
That was the main track for all the resources, water, oats, all that sort of stuff. You get donkeys and horses up there all day long, down there on carts, on wooden carts. Saw that last time we did, didn't we?
We did, didn't you? And people have actually photographed what you reckon was a horse, or was it, or an ox,
That's right. It was
in the woods.
It was an oxen, or it was a horse.
A horse in the woods.
You might have seen the picture on his page. And
It was in the car park area past the gate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like a cow, actually.
Yeah.
By the shape.
It does. It
does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A cow. Someone's photographed a cow, a ghost of a cow in the woods, which could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously cows have spirits, so it could be. Yeah.
Is anyone else getting a headache?
Yes.
Yeah,
not actually. No.
I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, you need
Suppression.
Yeah.
keep protection.
Yeah. I know there's a lady called Mary in there as well.
Oh, Mary, she's been previously picked up by other mediums
She's up
as
there
well. Yeah.
She's a lighter colour though.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes across as more pure.
Mary, yeah. Seymour. The surname was Seymour.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's what Rach picked up on. Rach Hunter. And I think there's another one as well. I can't remember her name now. Christine, Elizabeth, and Matilda, which Christine Matthews picked up on. Chrissy got Matilda as well.
So I can remember talking to a Matilda when I was a child.
Waltzing Matilda.
Yeah, because that was going through my head and I was singing.
Right. So with regards to the Blue Lady then, so can you remember what actually happened last time? So you picked up on her by the main entrance, didn't you?
No, I picked up on her the night before.
Oh, the night before, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so
and then
she came to me, but like, when I got in here, she was beckoning me straight away because when we got here last time, we had a drink first. And she sort of stands just behind the archway, and then she moves back towards that back wall. But there is a lady there with her as well that I can see, I think is Mary, who's a lot purer in colour, a lot whiter in colour as she appears.
Okay.
And they're both up there at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Blue Lady is impatient.
Oh, she's like an impatience
She's
of energy.
she's going like that with her feet. She's tapping her feet. So she's impatient. Whether the White Lady I do feel is actually more past. I think she sort of comes back and forward, but the Blue Lady is stationary.
Oh, she's stationary, right. And is she seen mainly during the day, or has she's been seen at night time? The Blue Lady. Is she here all most of the time, or?
I feel she's here 24/7.
Whenever these people appear, she tends to appear.
Okay.
Because she likes to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's better when there's no one here. But when there's people here, it's like...
She's more hidden, isn't she? She's more hidden on view. She doesn't want to be seen, does she?
Yeah, so day or night, I think she can appear. But when there's people around her, there's drama and things going on.
Do you think it's very rare for them to actually appear in front of visitors?
Very hard.
Very hard, yeah. It's all to do with energy, isn't it? So they need a certain amount of energy for them to actually materialise, don't they?
And she's obviously knows the tricks because she's a long-standing older spirit.
Yeah, she's been here for centuries.
The longer you're a spirit, I feel the longer you get to know how to do these things.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's right.
Is she aware of the passing of time?
Not so.
No, because she obviously sees everybody turning up in modern dress and modern clothing, so she's probably...
I do believe that they see things how it was, but they also can have the ability to see things as it is now.
Oh, wow.
So I do believe they have the ability to see it in both ways.
Yeah, so they probably can see the castle as it once was back in the time.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And she's probably not very happy for the visitors to be here.
No.
She's kind of looking at it as...
She gets confused by why people come.
Oh, right.
It perplexes her. If she's saying to me, nothing to see here, it's like, I don't feel she likes the people around.
No.
Okay?
No.
She doesn't like things going on, like the drama, and she feels like she has to keep an eye on people.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Okay.
She's probably very curious as to why we're here and what we're doing, and probably takes an interest purely from a curious point of view.
She goes straight into a defensive mode straight away.
Oh, does she? Yeah. Has anyone ever picked up on the name of the blue Lady? And anybody got on a name for her at all? The Lady in Blue? Because someone picked up on Catherine. I don't know if it's Catherine.
She doesn't. She won't let you know her name.
She
won't tell you her name.
I think she's got a stutter as well.
Oh, is she?
Whenever I've spoken to her, she does stutter a little.
Oh, does she? Right.
I mean, she connects to Elizabeth.
Okay.
She's around the same time as Elizabeth.
Oh, I
she
see.
She does tell me the name Elizabeth, although I don't think she is Elizabeth.
No, I think she's the daughter of Elizabeth.
Do you?
Oh, she's the daughter of Elizabeth.
She connects to Elizabeth somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the name Gertrude in my head.
Oh, Gertrude. That rings a bell. Yeah, Gertrude.
Yeah.
And I believe that Sue picked up on Gertrude last time.
That's a really old name.
And that was that was actually in the dungeon.
Yeah, it was Gertrude and then Gert. So it's like shortened to Gert.
Gertrude.
You'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we'll have to Google that tonight, and because I think Sue picked up on last time. That was when we was down in the dungeon. Yeah, Gertrude. Yeah, Gertrude.
Infestation tonight.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, we're doing what we do. Oh yeah, Cold Harbour Mill, isn't it tonight? Yeah,
Cold Harbour Mill.
Cold Harbour Mill in Clumpton.
Yeah,
I've never been there before, but a lot of people that have done that place have picked up on a lot of activity.
Yeah,
it's got an entity there. Darren was talking about, hasn't it, Darren?
Yeah,
an entity. He doesn't like women apparently.
No, if you've seen the Crystal Ball,
Let's go into.
No.
You did a little seance.
Graveyard.
Would the family grave have been here in the early days?
I think so. Yeah.
Because they were moved
to
the church. I feel they were buried here and then moved.
Yeah,
in later
apparently
times.
they were buried. Some were buried here, but some were buried at the church.
But I feel the ones that were buried here got moved.
Yeah, and so also they're buried in Cornwall as well.
In Cornwall?
Yeah, there's a church in Cornwall where I think Isabella was buried there, and I think some of the other Pomeroys were buried there. They weren't all buried. No, it's Cornwall. Yeah, Cornwall.
Sorry, I'm thinking of a different family.
Yeah, the Cornwall. Yeah, some of them were buried in Cornwall apparently.
You know, it's got Pat. Okay?
Pat.
Yeah, it's got writing on the.
Pat was here.
Oh, Pat was here.
Got Pat there.
It's not Pat Butcher, is it?
There's no earrings hanging off the tree. I feel fear when I touch that. That's not
Yeah.
no fear, absolute fear.
Not as old.
Bedlam, chaos.
There's a tree before that one. Very close to. That tree is not old. It is old, but I feel there was another tree previous which
Just
got
round
hit.
the back, yeah.
Which got hit by lightning.
Well, this one was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This
Tree
is the
got
one.
hit by
Hmm.
lightning.
See the black scorched ones? Look,
Oh yeah.
that's the one.
So this was hit by lightning. So I just felt this tree. There was a tree here that was
Yeah.
hit by lightning.
This one.
From that. And it's sitting up before us. Yeah, over there. We're being watched. Yeah.
Are we being watched? Are we?
Fucking fairy folk. Yeah.
You can actually go. You can actually walk through there.
Twinkly things down there.
Oh, is there?
And did.
Really? Should we have a walk down there? A walk down there, everybody?
No, just go on your own.
Yeah, let's go have a walk down there. Yeah, come down, Darren.
Oh no, I can't stand there. We're being watched.
Yeah. So we're being watched over here.
Are we? Are we
Somebody
being
in that
watched?
window watching us.
What, that window there?
Aye. Ralph Seymour's there.
Ralph Seymour. Or is it Ralph Pomeroy?
Well, I'm just getting.
Yeah, probably
Seymour,
Ralph.
Ralph.
Ralph, yeah.
We're being watched.
Can you ask Verena to come down?
Fee.
Fee?
Dad, just come here a sec. Alright.
Yeah, ask everybody else to come down because we'll be interested to see what she might get.
Abigail!
Abigail!
Wait a minute. Girls' little friend stopped in again.
We were being watched from the roof when I was up there.
What's happened? You've done a removal?
I've left Debbie doing it.
Oh, right. What's she doing then? What?
With that little girl that we had down by the saw.
Oh, yeah.
Or down by the mill.
Okay.
She's reappeared again and attached herself to Abby again.
Oh, right. Oh, she's just trying to get rid of her, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
What's happened?
Got emotional again and she feels like there's a barrier up, like she can't go near the
Oh, I've
tree.
left me hand.
Oh, right. That's Abigail, is it?
Yeah, your bag's there.
Yeah. If you can say what's happened, yeah. Yeah, what's actually happened, Abigail?
Just as I was coming out of the tree, it's like there's a barrier.
A barrier.
I physically
All right.
moved past it, and then I just
Oh dear.
passed the tree, the same as I got down the mill
Okay.
when I was connecting with a young girl.
That's interesting because Timothy Willicott got that as well in the same area. That was about 6-7 years ago, where he had two cavaliers that were crossing swords. Wouldn't let him pass. They were trying to put up a barrier so we couldn't go any further.
It wasn't a person, it was just like there was
No, but yeah, but is it right?
No.
Wow.
Started crying.
You got quite emotional. Yeah.
I don't know much about
That's quite strange, isn't it?
I can see a big barrel being rolled down here.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Full of fire now, I'm joking. I'm off
Do you get the sense that you're being watched as well? Do you feel like you're being watched? Do you feel like you're being watched?
We are being watched.
Yeah.
I can see an owl, so that would mean someone's.
All right. Wow.
Do you know if they ever threw people off that wall down into
They
the
probably
lake?
did, yeah, because I don't know of any cases of that happening, but I would have thought that they would have done that, yeah. I think back in those times, they pretty much did everything, didn't they, really, when you think about it? There was nothing that they wouldn't do.
Side on that corner.
Oh, do you? Oh, on the top?
Yeah, top corner. Sort of like just tucking around.
Oh yeah. Just along.
Is it a lady?
Yeah.
Because
a lady,
literally
right.
all day, everyone
Mm.
look up there. There's a
There's
lady.
a lady
there.
on the
I think
top.
she
She took her life because of something went wrong in love.
Yeah.
All right.
She was with the wrong man. She loved somebody else and was forced into marriage.
Because there's this
That's
story
what she's
about
telling me.
the two
I'm asking.
sisters.
Also go back to the
Yeah.
original conversation today
Yeah.
when we all sat at coffee up top there. About the child.
Oh, the blue lady took her life.
Obviously,
Oh, is it the blue lady? Is it? Do you think it's the blue lady?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she took her life because of
She
what.
took her life because of what she did.
Right, so she must have took the baby's life and took hers.
Yeah.
So I picked up
I
anything
think,
about
I
the
can hear
baby.
that she's grounded here. She's trapped here. But then she's saying there's no other place I'd rather be.
Yeah, she's happy. She's happy here. Yeah, you know.
And it would be nice if she had a bit of comfort on the
Yeah.
other side and maybe visit.
Shopping all the time, isn't she?
I think she probably does go. I think she probably does though, didn't she? She probably does visit the other side, or she visits other places that she frequented
I don't
when she
think
was alive.
frequented anything when she was here. I think she was just in the house.
Oh, was she?
Because of her gentle mind.
Yeah,
She
because
had
of her.
childlike mind.
Yeah, because of her personality.
Her personality
But she also suffered from what was it? Autism, didn't she? She had.
That
She was.
sort
She
of
was
thing,
quite
yeah, that-
autistic.
I mean, it would never have been recognised as autism back then.
No, no.
She had that.
It's not what it is now, is
No,
it?
But she would have had that kind of mind.
I
Yeah.
think she was raped, and she didn't quite understand it.
She was
What
too
was happening?
young.
She was lured,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
that's and it just devastated her.
But because she was child mind, she didn't. Even though she was an adult, she had a child mind.
Yeah.
She
And I
didn't
also
understand.
feel it was by a gentleman who had a beard. I'm getting like stubble and beard with that.
I'm also getting her dad.
Oh, you got no dad as well.
No, he.
Yeah.
That's what she was just telling me. It was my dad.
Yeah.
My dad raped me. Or he. I think that was her rape.
She didn't have the strength anymore to carry on.
No, she doesn't know those words.
Yeah.
But the image that she's given, she was violated by her dad.
It feels like she thought she was gonna have a game or like something fun with him, and then he took advantage, and she didn't realise what was going on.
No, no,
It
until.
feels like it was her first time.
It was her teenage years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 12 and a half, 12
Yeah.
3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up to
13,
teen.
yeah.
She would
Do
have
you
been
think
a
she?
parent at 13.
Yeah.
Do you think she materialises quite a lot? Do you think that
She's
people?
constantly here. She
Yeah.
doesn't know how to leave.
Yeah, but do you think she materialises? Do you think people actually see her? I know they photograph her.
She's psychologising. She goes around the same thing all the time.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So she's
I feel
She's
she's
got
more
trauma.
apparent in the summer nights.
summer nights,
Yeah,
right?
That was
So
her
she's a bit more.
preference. She
Yeah.
preferred summer.
Mm.
Because she keeps taking me from May to that period.
Oh,
of, like,
oh, right. Yeah. So
you know.
yeah.
Keep getting a turn and looking at down, and I just keep getting the words no choice.
Yeah, that's what she felt. No choice.
I'm just looking up there. I didn't feel it there, but just there at those windows, I'm just getting no choice. No choice.
So you're picked up in the same spirit.
Yeah.
I still keep seeing that man walking down those steps.
Oh, do you over here? Oh, those steps over here. So if I
Again, yeah.
just focusing over
I
there.
feel he's inspecting, like inspecting something. But it's just like on a loop.
Oh, right. So it's a residual, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that'd be residual. If it's constantly repeating
Yeah.
itself, then it's obviously would
Yeah.
be a residual haunting.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Do you know the blue lady? Do you know her identity?
I don't really know because I mean I've actually taken photographs here and I've actually photographed her,
Right.
but I don't know much about her apart from what's written in the books.
that's why I kept
I just wondered if that would have
She's-
been her rooms at the top there.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's hard to know which rooms she had, but yeah,
They were.
Oh, they were they?
Because I wonder if the heart, because it was after she went upstairs,
Hmm.
I saw the heart. Right, okay.
Oh, does she? Right. So that explains it then, doesn't it?
She keeps bolting up there.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, so.
It was her safe space.
Right.
None of it was her fault.
And the doors. It used to be my playground. It used to be my pride and joy. It used to be the place I come to.
What's the rest of it? Do you know that song? It used to be my favourite.
Oh yeah, Madonna. I
Oh,
can't remember the name of the song. I can't remember the name of the song now.
I don't do that bit, but I can hear that. I do get a lot through music, so
Yeah, I get a lot of messages.
So she used to be happy here, right? Until he done what he done.
So she
And
came
it
of
was
age.
her safe place, and it become unsafe.
That's where she remained childlike.
Yeah.
Because her child mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because her happy times was when she was a child, not an adult, or not teenage years. And then got married off at that sort of age as well.
They were back then, yeah.
Yeah.
That was their time for marriage and shit. Whatever. For everyone.
Mm. Seems very solemn here today. Very on a sadness day.
Sadness Day, yeah.
Very
It
solemn,
seems to give you that,
very,
gives off that vibe, doesn't it, today?
You know,
A
just
little bit.
sadness really there,
Mm.
really all over.
Do you know the night that sort of ends around the gatehouse?
Yeah, there is a night.
He winds me up all the time.
Oh, does he?
I'm
Oh.
wondering if I bring up my son's reenactment operating just
Yeah.
big battery, see if you're correct.
Yeah, that'd be a really good idea. You know,
Turn up in Norman.
it'd be like a trigger object, if you like. You know, trigger object. Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we?
Well, I tell you, you could try. You could bring a little toy soldier with you.
Eh?
You could bring a toy
Well, I think you
soldier
should bring. I think you should bring your.
No, bring the son.
Yeah, bring your son. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea because it will help with the energy as
I
well.
think if we can get Mr. Troop
Yeah.
up, do a reenactment.
I think we should do that. I
We'll
think.
have to ask permission first. Then.
I'm sure they'd be fine with
I'm
it.
sure they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Because they'll video it and put it on their.
Yeah,
Facebook page,
yeah,
and
it'll be all right, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'd be fine with it. They're not gonna have any problems with that, are they? But I think it will be good because it will help with the energy.
Did anybody have a cream tea?
No. No.
You don't know what clotted cream
And you have to do things as well that they recognise. So if you dress up in costume that they recognise, then they might come forward.
Has anyone picked up the guardian spirit of the tree?
No, they haven't. No, is there a guardian spirit here? Is
I don't
there?
know what it is, and it's
Yeah.
weird, so I'm a bit hesitant.
Oh right.
Just say it.
Just say it. Yeah, just say it. Yeah. Be
I
fine.
feel a bit silly.
No, you should.
Probably Audi special.
I felt
Audi's
literally like a
not even
snake
special. It's
coming
probably just
down
Audi's
the
not
tree,
green.
and it's
I
coming
wind
down
him
the
up
tree.
every
Oh, really?
Christmas.
And this
Christmas
felt like
Day, I
touch
send
tree,
him
and
a
it's the
photo
same
every year.
place.
Going
It
up in
wasn't
different sizes
physically, it
of
was a
clotted
snake,
creams.
but it
So I
was
find like a 2-ounce
It felt like
loader.
some inhuman creature was attached to the tree and coming down towards me. Didn't like me touching the
Oh
tree.
right. Well, that's interesting, isn't it, Darren?
Something.
That could be a what do you call it?
And then I'll buy a really naff one. Like
Not a cryptid, but yeah, what do they call it?
I think cryptid is
A sprite. A
It
sprite.
feels like it lives within the tree.
Nature spirit, isn't it? Like an elemental. That's it. Elemental.
It would keep the negativity
Yeah,
in
elemental.
the tree. That makes sense.
Right,
Mm.
okay, alright.
So that's why it's binding around.
Yeah,
But then I always get to the end.
Hello, I'm Sue Sotheby Overton and I'm here today at Bury Pomeroy Castle. I work clairvoyantly and it's been really fascinating to be here today on this lovely day. The energy of the castle has been changing from room to room. Picked up some energy around a lady in black, a not very happy lady. She had a tough time living here, working here I should say. Picked up on various names as well, Alexander, William and Robert, and also some burials that have happened here where some of the energies come back through. I'm delighted with their endings. It's really peaceful here today though, and I find that when you come on any different time you'll pick up many different things, but it's always very active, but it has been very welcoming today.
Fantastic. Oh, you've been drawn up there, are you?
And I feel like there's two spirits either side of the centre wall, but in the middle of the.
Oh right, so just is it the top windows?
Top right.
Okay.
Two together there. I feel like there's a taller, like I'd say male, probably teenage to the right, and there's a shorter female to the left.
Oh wow.
I can't visually see them at this second, but I can feel them, and I feel like they're quite intrigued as to why we're here.
Why we're here, right?
It's quite playful, as if they'd have like a little ball or something, and they'd like to throw it out. But
oh, that's interesting, because Caroline was here last year, and she actually got that as well.
Oh, really?
But she said that she got some little girl that was on the top window throwing something out the window like a toy.
Well, I don't feel she is throwing it out, but she'd like to. Almost
Like
like
to,
mischievous.
right? Yeah, she actually got that last year. Hmm? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Don't recall that. Yeah. What's that? Oh wow, that's interesting, isn't it? So how old are the girls you was getting? I mean, how old?
She looks to me between 5 and 7. She's
5 and 7.
bobbed hair.
Yeah. Okay.
And the boy to the right.
Yeah.
He's very tall, but he's young looking in the face for the height he is.
Oh right. Okay.
He's got blonde floppy hair. He's got a white shirt, cream white long shirt.
Cream white shirt, right?
He's quieter. It's the little one that seems more muscular.
Bit more mischievous. Oh wow. Yeah, because people have reported seeing faces in the windows. You know, when people have come here during the day, they've actually seen faces at the windows, and there are children here, and sometimes you can actually hear giggling. You know, like, and, yeah, not you. Yeah, so it can be like that mischievous sort of giggle. But they've not just heard it here, but they've heard it in different areas of the castle. You know. Wow.
I feel like these middle top windows as well, that there's a male up there. He's quite large chap. And he's got like what looks like would be a wig, I think on. He's got his hands behind him, he's sort of pacing back and forth talking. Not out here, in there. And he feels like he would have had quite some authority. And he feels like he's about 55.
Well, wow, that could be what Rach picked up. It could be Ralph. That's it, Ralph.
There's a sense of being quite official.
Official, yeah. Could be Ralph. But then she also picked up on 2 other spirits, so it might be. Yeah, she picked up on an older gentleman called Edward, but there is a young boy called Edward here. But there's also another older guy called Edward, and William as well. Wow. That's really interesting, isn't it? That she got. Are you getting anything, Christine? So you're not on camera.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can speak if you want to speak. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm only wondering how many days in
Yeah. But I say if you want to speak, you can speak.
No.
No.
Not today.
Not today. No.
No, I know what you mean. I'm only wondering how many.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it would look a bit daft on it. I don't know what I've got here. But yeah,
We're trying to decide whether our name would be some people say our
Yeah.
name. Then characters like everywhere.
Oh, sense of sorrow.
Sorrow.
So I'm just recording.
Yeah, no.
Oh, right, not you.
Sorrow. Oh, I feel like I could cry.
Really? All right. So it's obviously something's happened in here. Obviously, picking up on the vibe of something that happened here. Obviously, many centuries ago. Something
Like
that's.
over there was a table. There's a lady, a young woman who looks like early 20s, all dressed in black, and she's kind of hankered over the table. There's people around it. She's been really chastised, but it's not just this image of her being chastised. I just cried. Right in my chest, she's been chastised a lot.
Right,
She was very
okay.
isolated and lonely, even though she was around people.
Wow. I think it might have been Darren picked up on. I think he picked up on something very similar. Yeah, something that happened in here.
Lady in Black.
Oh, Lady in Black. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, there's a story about the Lady in Black. Oh yeah, I'll tell you in a second. Let's go through here. No.
Come on, I'm in the middle of summer
Yeah.
here. It's pulling a heart out to That was quite.
Yeah, I think when you're tall like me, you have to keep ducking, don't you?
That was a nice bit though. I think that will come out nice, that where you've come.
Yeah, yeah.
She's charging you now by the minute for selling us.
That's all right, you know. Oh, I don't mind. It's worth it, isn't it? It does, doesn't it? Every time you go into a different room, the temperature's different. Should have put your earmuffs, Christine. Yeah. Got a photograph at home actually that someone took when they sort of, you know, climbed over the wall at night time, which is obviously not supposed to do, of a lady in a period costume dress here, which I've got on my page.
That lady gives me the word of isolation a lot.
Oh, does she?
Isolation. She's very downtrodden.
Right, so yeah, so she was mocked and sort of, yeah, downtrodden, probably a bit of abuse as well, treated pretty unfairly, because I think a lot of them were back in those days. They were sort of like slave labour, wasn't it?
And it's her peers that were working with her that were treating her like that.
Mm.
She was like bullied.
Oh, was she? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, grief. It's griefing.
I mean, would you think she was like a very sort of timid person, like personality, or very sort of gentle? Yeah, because sometimes people can capitalise on that, can't they? And people that are gentle, that are, you know, quite sensitive,
Quite targeted, really.
quite targeted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, it's just because I think a lot of that happened back in those days. I think it was slave labour. I think worked their socks off. But no matter what you did, it was never good enough, was it?
No.
Sort of.
Oh, you know, things haven't changed.
But things haven't changed much, in that time. But yeah, I can imagine what it was like, because it was a very busy castle.
Right for wrong is what it felt
No,
like.
yeah. So it was mocked, really. Should we go through? Quickly go through the tower.
Down into this bit.
Yeah, go through that. But yeah. Then we could. What we could do then, go to the ramparts as well, and then we can head. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Yeah, because it's. Time just goes by so quickly, doesn't it? We can have a look at the. Are you still up for the castle meal then? Are you? Yeah.
If I can be on for 5 or
Yeah, we're fine before that. Yeah.
Else one might start beating Brian up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm getting down here,
Alexander.
Alexander.
Right. Okay. Wow.
I'm linked with William. I'm getting pouring hot liquid as well. So would they have protected the grounds from here? I'm seeing hot liquid.
It's an interesting question, that is. I think so. I think Darren touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But he sort of felt there was a lot of bodies down here that were cremated.
Here.
Yeah, there was a lot of torture and things like that going on down here. But he's probably, because he was picking up on a negative energy down here, or it was like a negative area where they used to burn the bodies. Then they used to take them outside and bury them, outside here, but also here as well, outside here.
The doorstep, isn't it?
Yeah, he said it was kind of like in his face, but he.
It's an awful smell around here, darling.
Oh, right.
Is it George in the door?
Yeah.
Like, I get the word atrocities, but I don't know who Alexander was. I feel like he used to lead stuff here. Quite a robust man, but at the same time, very prominent features, but very directive. Wouldn't take any nonsense. Quite an impatient man, but he'd keep the ship rolling
quick. He'd keep. He was on it.
He was on it, yeah.
Quite
He
a
was,
taskmaster.
right.
And he could delegate to groups of people, but he was quite feared.
He was very hands-on, was he?
Very hands-on.
Hands-on, yeah.
I feel he had some kind of wound here, some scarring here. Prominent nose.
Wow, yeah. I don't think anybody else has picked up on Alexander. You know, I don't think. Yeah, if I'm trying to think back, because we had Kevin down here, we had Darren and Amanda, but I don't think nobody else got Alexander before, so that's quite interesting. Alexander, so he could have been probably a guard, maybe, or maybe he was one of the one of obviously.
He was a worker. He wasn't of the family.
No.
But
Probably-
they could rely on him. But he was a bit of a people pleaser.
Oh yeah, sounds a bit like me. That people pleaser.
Crack them.
Hope you're not picking on mine, is you? Not me. I'm innocent.
It comes across as a game warden to somebody like that down to the local, you know, like I keep getting off the woods, so not particularly noble or royal.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Not a huntsman, but a huntsman, if you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
yeah.
Burly, yes, and sort of like thickly, but padded, a lot of like padded clothes on him, if you will, like a thick coat or a tunic over the top.
Yeah.
But not elaborately dressed.
No.
More very plain. And that's why he seems to be more earthly, sort of like, you know, he'd be out, you know, looking after, because it was a deer park here at one time. So maybe he was somebody that looked after things like that when he was here. But when you were saying Alexander, I just got this image of this guy, you know, that he's got this like big tunic, but he's not got anything on his head with me. He's just got like hair,
shaggy brown hair is what I can see.
very weight. It's like yeah.
Yeah. Reddy cheeks, prominent nose. I wouldn't mess with him.
No.
Insufferable.
I think Darren did pick up on an energy like that there was somebody down here that used to force the guard to commit the obviously not the crime, the executions. Yeah. And the guard actually was seeing things that was actually quite disturbing, but he was made to do it, otherwise he would end up in the same situation.
He saved himself there.
Yeah. But apparently, from what Darren said, he was picking up on that this particular guard actually escaped, and he was caught, he captured, and he was sort of executed.
Oh, right,
He was actually caught escaping.
Yeah.
And so because he saw things that it was quite disturbing, you know, obviously what happened down here.
My name's Christine Donnelly. I came here, or I have been coming here for some years now, since I moved down to the area. And on a couple of occasions I've come across an energy here that of an older lady who seemed really angry about us being in the castle and was shouting out, "Why are you here? You need to go, get away," right? It was that she didn't want us to be in the area at all. And at some point during the day, she came across the lawn outside, which is outside the Tudor house down there. And I psychically could see her coming across the grass towards the old stone steps that lead up here into the gatehouse. And at the time there was a lady with us who could link in with spirit and could actually speak, translate what spirit was saying, like a trance medium. And I could hear the lady who at that time I think was called Anne, as I got her name of Anne. And she came up and she started shouting, and she was still shouting that we should get out, we shouldn't be here. She wanted us to go and get out. And I was waiting for her to appear in the doorway. But as she got towards the doorway, she disappeared. And the other lady that was sat here or stood here with me, she then started to shout out and saying the same things as this lady had been saying, called Anne in spirit. She was saying exactly the same thing. And it was strange because I hadn't been talking to the trance medium, so I hadn't said anything about this lady who had appeared earlier on in the day. I hadn't told her anything about that at all, so it was strange that she came out with the same words that I was getting from this lady in spirit. Anyway, as the hours went on, we thought, well, we'll try and link in again and see if we can get in touch and see if we can find out a little bit more about Anne. So we were actually stood here in the gatehouse, and we have this thing whereby, obviously, if you're going to work with spirit, it's better to protect yourself and put protection up before you start. And so my way of doing it was always to put a protective bubble around myself all the way around and have it filled with sort of like white mist, and then just sort of breathe it in and out, and that was your protection. So, and that's for protection for your loved ones who have passed over. So as we stood there putting the protection up, I started to get this protective bubble to come around me, but then it would only go so far, and I couldn't get it to actually join over the top of me. But when I looked up, I could see this lady in spirit called Anne looking down on me from up above in this particular room here. And she was laughing, and she was trying to stop me from actually linking into spirit or linking into her. And she laughed and laughed. Anyway, eventually she disappeared. My protective bubble, if you will, just closed over, and it was fine, and she'd gone. And I don't think after that I got any more from her.
Right. Like ask a question. So was it just above your head here? So that's where she was up here, was it?
It was more into the main body of the gatehouse here.
Oh, okay. So if you could point to the area.
Yes, we were here linking in.
Okay, thank you.
And there was about 3 of us, and we were all linking in. And I was sort of looking upwards, trying to. So it was above here somewhere. She was.
Oh, I see.
The energy was above here, and she was looking down on us.
Right. Okay.
The other 2 ladies said that they didn't feel her there, but I think it's because I'd touched or been in touch with her energy earlier in the day that I had this sort of connection with her. So that's why that happened.
Yeah.
But, and it's been some years later that I came across her again in the Great Hall.
Right. Would you like to speak a bit about that?
Well, I think. Can you stop it there?
Yeah, I've often found that this is a bit of a strange area here for some unknown reason. It's not really got a platform or any sort of solid base on it. But whether it's because there's so much rock and there's so much earth energy coming up from this little bit, it almost feels like a disturbed energy in the air. It's almost like a swirling or something. And I do get the feeling that in the past something has happened to a young man in this spot. And I'm not sure if it was a young guard or I think it was somebody in some sort of uniform. But I know it's just a strange place for it to happen or for it to be, but it just seems that it's an area that's got a lot of energy in it for whatever reason. It's a strange one.
Thank you, Christy.
Okay. Yeah, so a few years ago now I came here with some friends and we just sat down here and just sort of trying to link in, see if any energies were about, see who would come through. And as I was sat here, there was a sort of like a scuffling at the top of the steps, and I could hear men's voices sort of going backwards and forwards along the curtain wall, just shouting and looking at each other, well, shouting out, should I say. And but next thing, on the steps here, a male came down the steps, but he actually fell down the steps, and he rolled down head over heels and landed with a hell of a thump on the wall, on the floor at the bottom. And all I could remember was hearing this sickening thump as his head hit the floor.
Ooh.
Yes, it was
Feel
really
that.
nice. Yeah. So that was a bit of not a nice one.
Was he actually pushed, do you think, or was he?
I don't know whether because the scuffling was at the top of the steps. Now it could be that he was pushed down and tried to gain his, because we wouldn't have these handrails here then, would we? So you tried to guide your way down. But it literally just fell head over. He went almost like a head dive, and then head over heels down.
Jeez, imagine that. Oh, painful.
And then, But I did speak to one of the English heritage guys at some time later, and she said that they had some mediums then, and she said, I explained her exactly what I found, and she said, funnily enough, one of the mediums said exactly the same as what you said, that she was there and she saw somebody coming tumbling down the steps, head over heels, so yeah.
Yeah, did she mention about how long ago this was? I mean, how long ago was this when this happened?
What, that he fell down?
Yeah.
I think it was when the castle, probably when the Seymours were here.
I see.
At some point, but probably in the early time of the Seymours, after the after the Pomeroys, but because it seemed to be at a time where, although the castle was never under siege at any time, they did seem to have people, parading up and down the rampart wall there, just keeping an eye out, just to make sure. Because there's a lot of bad things happening in the area as well at that time.
Well, yeah, it did back in those days, wasn't it? It was quite severe, wasn't it? Yeah. Did she mention about who the mediums were?
She didn't say.
Oh, that's a shame. So it was like
a group of mediums.
It could have been. I'm not saying it was Bob Dorby. It could have been him and his wife Anne. Could have been, because they're local. Obviously they're from Paynton, but they used to frequently come to the castle. So it could have been Bob and Dorby, but it could be. I'm not saying it is, but possibility.
Murphy. I'm doing an interview today about Berry Pomeroy Castle. My daughter Maya is filming me. We're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's a beautiful day. And she's the one who's going to be asking me questions. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Deborah Murphy. I grew up in Torquay, South Devon. I'm full-blood Irish, but was born and raised in Devon. And had an amazing childhood growing up in the magic of Devon and Dartmoor. I have always had psychic ability since I was a little girl, and it took me all around the world, and I spent a lot of time in America studying with Native American people, and that's why I'm here today. So we're going to go through the questions, and hopefully I can answer the questions like depth and professionalism. Alright, go ahead.
When you lived in Shippey in Torquay, when did you first go to Berry Pomeroy Castle, and when did you first have your experiences, and what have you experienced?
We would go to the castle as kids. We always played there around the ramparts, and then as I got into my teenage years, early 20s, we would go there at night on Halloween. I was hanging out with all the goths, and we would go there at midnight and mess around in the castle. All I ever remember was, going down there, down through the lane from where the houses are, as it goes all the way down to the castle, through the woods, and always being followed, hearing voices, seeing apparitions, scaring each other, scaring ourselves. But it was always kind of a fun time because we had a lot of people with us. And we used to laugh that the goths were more scary than the spirits. Anyway, after my teenage years, I did train horses in the area around Red Post. There's a show jumping barn there, so I was there. And we used to take the horses to the castle sometimes. I remember that the horses would not go down the right side of the castle where that footpath is. Could never get them down there, and if you were down in the bottom, in the valley, and we tried to go up that bridle path, they would never go up there. Horses would literally stop dead in the village and would not move. We could not do anything to get them to move forward, so we used to have to go back or go around the castle on the main.
When did you become a shaman, and why?
Okay, so I don't really like the word shaman. I would call myself a shamanic practitioner. I've been a shamanic practitioner for over 30 years. I always had psychic ability as a kid. I would see the spirit world all the time, but I felt bombarded by the spirit world. I had bad dreams. I would have attachments. Spirit would come to me in good and positive ways. So I ended up studying with a shamanic practitioner in my early 20s in England, and basically changed my life. And the reason why was so that I could be able to access the spirit world at will without it always stalking me. So I felt like I called my personal power back, and I could go in and out of dimensions whenever I wanted to speak to my guardian spirits and helpers.
Do you think the spirits are residual at Berry Pomeroy Castle?
No, I don't. There are basically
two vortexes at that castle. There is a very positive vortex that has the residual spirits in it. There's also a negative vortex, which also allows interdimensional beings to move through and up into Berry Pomeroy. Also, there's water that runs underneath Berry Pomeroy that also brings spirits from all kinds of places in the area. So I think it's a mixture of two different types of energy.
Do you think the spirits of the Pomeroy families and Seymour families are still at Berry Pomeroy Castle?
Yes, they are still at Berry Pomeroy Castle. Not all of them, but there's quite a few. I would say there must be at least 10 to 15 residual spirits that are still there. But there's also others that I saw recently in the shamanic journey that I did yesterday that are still kind of enacting roles in the castle, music playing, people in the kitchens, people in the chapel, and the list goes on.
Are you aware of the child spirit Isabella at Berry Pomeroy Castle?
Yes, I am. Particularly in the last couple of journeys that I've done. I did a shamanic journey yesterday and I saw her. I actually saw two children with a grandmother, and the grandmother was bending over and she was actually picking herbs, and there were two children and one stood out in particular.
Do you think Berry Pomeroy Castle is still as active as it was when you lived in Torquay?
Interesting question, that, because I think that my abilities developed more and more as the years have gone by. So when I've been there recently, it seems more active to me. In the past, when we were messing around down there, I don't remember seeing as much. But I do feel that there were some really dark negative beings there in the 70s, 80s and 90s, and they've definitely moved on. It's not as dark and as ominous as it used to be. And I feel that somebody or something has moved them on.
On your visits to the castle when you lived in Torquay and whenever you came over from the USA, did you notice any change in the atmosphere and vibe at Berry Pomeroy Castle, and an increase or a decrease in spirits? That there's been some claims of clearings and the sanitization at the castle and interference at the spirits on the visits, and are happy to be there as it's their home?
Yeah, I think, when I've been back to Berry Pomeroy Castle, I went with my kids one night, and we went down there, and I was in a wheelchair, and I had bust my knee, and so I was left in the wheelchair, like sitting on the lawn, and everybody else ran off. And that's when that gatekeeper came to me, literally walked straight up to me, went through me. I got a really good picture of the gatekeeper. That energy felt ominous. Also, I remember, when I've gone there with other groups from the US, we've seen all kinds of different spirits coming forward. And my group saw lots of different spirits coming forward. So I would say definitely seen more. But it does seem to be more of the residual spirits, but there's definitely been a shift in the sense of if I'm going towards the castle, if I'm up in the air and I'm looking down at the castle and the cafe is on my left, and then I would say that the left side of the castle seems to have more residual energy, and the right side of the castle seems to have a negative vortex, where I've seen a witch that sits in the trees. I've seen some dark shadow beings and demonic beings and other hybrid, like inner earth beings that are on that side. They don't seem to be as strong anymore, but the witch is still around. There's definitely some, but I would say that it depends who you're with, and it depends on the day, what you're going to see and who you're going to see. I feel like I see more now than I did in the past, but maybe that's because of my ability developing, and being able to sit with the energy for longer periods of time.
Do you think being a shaman has helped you a lot to connect to the spirits of the castle and a better insight?
Absolutely, absolutely. I go in and out of consciousness probably 4 or 5 times a week for hours at a time. That's what I do. And definitely my ability, I can hold it longer. My psychic ability is developed beyond belief, the mediumship, but also going into altered states, going into different dimensional realities for longer periods of time has helped me see much clearer and for longer periods.
and in more detail.
Do you think the spirits are more likely to speak to you in your stance as a shaman instead of a medium?
Not necessarily, no. I think though there is a slight difference in the way I work. When I do a long distance journey, some people like to call it remote viewing. When I do a long distance shamanic journey, I go spirit to the spirit world. So it's not that I'm there in physical form. I actually go there in my spirit. So my spirit leaves my body, I walk towards the spirit, I talk to the spirit, and I ask it why it's there. You know, why is it here? What is it doing? Does it need help? Does it need to cross over? And I've noticed, like, if I go into the woods here, there's Native American spirits. They're more likely to talk to me without my white skin. They see the spirit, they come towards me, and I can talk to them, and I can show them parts of the world that have changed, so that they, as a group, they tend to move on quicker. So I think, you know, I've done a lot of like land clearings and land blessings, and I'm able to talk with them in a way that, you know, maybe the mediums when they're in the physical body have a hard time doing. I also enjoy doing mediumship work and psychic work, but I do feel sometimes that when I go into the shamanic journey, I go in deeper, I go into a trance state, which allows me to see clearer and see more detail.
Can you describe a portal and a vortex, and what are they in connection to the castle and spirits, and how do they work, and where are they at in the castle?
Okay, good question. Basically, I would say that the earth and this universal consciousness that we're in is full of vortexes and portals. The vortexes that I talk about are earth vortexes that literally come up from underground. Portals can be wormholes or kind of like rotary forms of energy and spirals that can go in and out of dimensions. They can go in and out of buildings, they can go in and out of the earth, and also through the atmosphere. So let's look at Barry Pomeroy. Barry Pomeroy is sitting on a double vortex. That's what I've seen in my shamanic journeys. If you're looking at Barry Pomeroy from the air, again with the cafe to the left, and then you have the bridle path to the right, it's almost like in half. The left side of the castle has this very positive vortex that is coming up from earth. The rotary kind of energy, that spiral, is gentle, and as it comes up from earth, it's actually holding the memories and the blueprints of the residual spirits that are living there today. Not all the spirits that lived in that time frame are there. There's a few, and I was told that after the fire there was a blueprint, like a tearing of the Earth's atmosphere, and that's what's allowed this kind of holographic universe of spirits to keep appearing at certain times, and the energy is high. There's definitely portals of light that are high on that left side. If you look at the right side of Barry Pomeroy Castle, it's a lot denser, it's a lot heavier. There's more of a vortex, earth vortex, that is actually going in a kind of spiral to the right and actually heading downwards. So the earth is pulling that vortex down. That vortex is extremely heavy. It also connects it to the inner earth world, where there's shadow beings, heavier demonic spirits, and spirits that kind of play havoc, more malevolent in nature. So with that side, I have noticed there has been a very strong witch that hangs out in the trees. There's been other shadow beings that are pretty ominous, but interestingly enough, they tend to stay back. They don't come forward too much. The witch is around the parking lot. She comes around quite a bit. There's been shadow beings down in that bridle path, and they try and shut the energy down or pull souls down that way. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell really. It's almost like a figure of eight in a sense, but there's one vortex here and another vortex there. And they're moving together as one, but the crossover point is almost like a ley line energy. That's why you've got such a bedrock of spirit activity. Also with the water running under Barry Pomeroy, it's bringing in spirits from the direction, from the four directions. They're coming in from all angles, bringing other deceased beings. Could be animal, could be human, could be anything. And that's why it's a hotbed of spiritual activity at times. I just wanted to note that the right side has definitely been closed down. It's definitely been closed off. I get a sense of a man and 3 others that actually went down to that right side of the castle. and close that vortex down. In order to do so, it took a lot of like dousing and closing in a spiral manner, and it actually closed off that portal between dimensional realities, which actually stopped a lot of those darker, heavier beings coming through. It seems now that there's a relief at the castle, and it's much more residual and much more about taking care of the energy.
Have people moved spirits from the castle through the portals, and have many of these spirits now gone?
Yeah, basically I just answered that question. Definitely there have been more low vibrational spirits that have been moved on by this team of men. They went down there and closed it off, which actually stopped a lot of those low vibrational beings coming up and through to that side of the castle. So that side of the castle has actually become a lot lighter, which is allowing the more residual spirits to stay and kind of enjoy that realm. Whether it's good or bad, that's something that they have done. And you know, the way that you will experience, you know, whether there's portals or vortexes, you know, in the forest or within your home, haunted house, is literally, you know, a sense of walking and going through like a very hot, kind of like heavy type sticky area. Sometimes you'll walk through a building and you feel complete ice. Sometimes you may feel like you're wobbling and you feel like you're being pulled to the left, you're being pulled to the right, or even going forward. That is active vortexes. That's active earth energy, which can really throw you for a loop. It's easy to connect with them. You can also do it with dowsing rods. You can be walking around with a dowsing rod and program your rod to say yes or no whenever you're hitting an earth vortex or an energy field.
Have you been given any names of the spirits on your visits to the castle? Any names that I can work on when I visit the castle?
No, I haven't. I actually haven't asked about any names. What I did see in the journey yesterday was I saw 2 knights. I also saw the gatekeeper. I saw the lady in white with a baby up in the woods there. I also saw the woman in white that walks across the ramparts and goes down into the chamber below. I've seen her trying to get out of the chamber through the windows with her fingers. I've seen people in the kitchen. I've seen maids. I've seen priests, people in the chapel. And I've seen a lot of villagers down in the village below. And there were other spirits connected with families within families. There was a male that I think is one of the Pomeroys, and I saw him walking around like muttering to himself and wringing his hands, but I've never got any names. I've never actually asked.
Any advice for people on how to experience something at the castle, and what should you do and don't do?
I think obviously, you know, when you walk down to the castle, have an open mind, be very quiet, don't think of it as just a game, and you can actually set your intention before you go to the castle, up in the car, you know, the car park up there, that you want to connect with the spirit and you're coming in a good manner. Go with open heart, open mind, and then sit there and meditate. Sit there and do some deep breathing, empty your mind, close your eyes. A lot of people see with their eyes closed. They see in their third eye, they may see a shape, color, they may see something coming towards them, but when they open their eyes, they don't see it. That's psychic ability. A lot of people see the spirit world with their eyes closed. Go ahead, do that, take some pictures, and you will be good. You will be good to go.
Through shamanic remote viewing, through a visit to Barry Pomeroy Castle, what is the current situation in terms of how active the castle is and how many spirits are back and forth to the castle? And do you believe over the years that people have successfully moved spirits from the castle? I know it's their home and some have communicated with mediums over a year ago saying that it's their home and they are not going anywhere. But what are your thoughts and feelings on it?
I think we touched on this quite a bit anyway in some of those questions. Definitely there's been a big shift in the spirit world there. There's much more positive spirits there now. It does seem to be more of a residue type energy and residue type spirits that are there. They do seem to be a happy family. They're all going about their business. In the journey it talked about that when that fire happened, there was like a tear in the Earth's atmosphere. in that kind of astral energy, the akashic, if you want to call it, energy around the castle, which split the energy. And so a lot of stuff has been stuck in time. So you've got a timeline that keeps replaying itself across those vortexes. You've got the two vortexes, and then you've got this old timeline that actually keeps replaying itself. And the fire had a lot to do with that. It actually tore the Earth's energy field, the aura of that energy field there, which allowed spirit to get stuck in time. Also, you've also got the vortexes and the ley lines, which is also bringing energy from up under the earth and also from the 4 directions. So definitely has changed though. It's not as ominous and not as dark, not as foreboding as it was in the 70s.
What are gatekeepers and why are they at Barry Pomeroy Castle, and what are your experiences with them at the castle?
Gosh, that's a big question. Gatekeepers are usually a lot of sacred sites. I've seen them at burial chambers, I've seen them at Stonehenge, I've seen them in Native American mounds, effigy mounds all over. So whenever you've got an entrance into another dimensional reality, a lot of times you'll have gatekeepers, which are old ancestral spirits or spirits of the land, that literally hold those doorways and not allow anybody to go through those doorways. The gatekeeper at Barry Pomeroy Castle has definitely been a bit cantankerous towards me, particularly when I brought a group of Americans over. Like I said before, I was sitting in a wheelchair. That gatekeeper came up to me, kind of went through me, tried to scare me. I got a picture of it. I did get a bit freaked out because I couldn't move out of the wheelchair. And then I went back a couple of years later with a group of Americans. Everybody wanted to go to the castle. They really wanted to go. We tried to go up there one evening. We got there, it was pitch black. We got to the gate, and there was a sign up there saying that there were guard dogs down there. A couple of the American ladies got upset, didn't want to go down there. I said, there's no guard dogs, but they got upset. So we actually turned around and went back. In the morning, we got up all excited to go to Barry Pomeroy, and we came from the Top Ness area. We were coming up through the village, and then we turned left and we went up a lane that went up a steep hill. As we were going up that lane, we noticed there was a man in a pickup truck going down the hill backwards about 30-40 miles an hour. We're beeping at him. He come flying down. We couldn't go into the main road to get away from him, and he smashed us. He smashed and wrote off the vehicle that we were in. We ended up waiting there for an hour and a half. We ended up getting towed to Exeter, got a new vehicle, and we couldn't go to Barry Pomeroy Castle. A lot of people were really upset about it, and I felt this real ominous energy, did not want us there at all. And then about 4 days later, we went to see my mum in Torquay. When we're coming back, it was around 10 at night. We're coming back down that road to Totnes, and I'm not lying, this is crazy. We're just driving on, laughing. All of a sudden, there is a walkway of the spirits that go across that road, literally about half a mile before you hit the village. This mini was going on the right side of the road, and literally right side of the road towards us, literally swerved and almost hit us, and then went back to the road. We all jumped and got freaked out. So I went back, I did a shamanic journey, and I saw the gatekeeper, knew we were coming, did not want us to go down to that castle, because I was told later that 2 of the ladies there wanted to move spirits on, wanted to mess with the energy. And yeah, I noticed then in the journeys that that spirit, that gatekeeper, will come up through that walkway, the driveway, all the way to the houses, also comes across the main road too. That's like its walkway. Not sure about the other sides because I never really went down there for a while, but definitely it's very ominous and very careful of the spirits there.
Do you think the reason why the castle is no longer foreboding is because the darker spirits have been banished, as there always have been claims of moving the darker from the castle back in the 70s, as there are reports of the dark things happening at the castle and dogs being scared to go in, and apparently violent attacks happened back in the 70s?
Absolutely, definitely know that, that energy has moved on, it's been closed off, it's a lot lighter there. I would say the darkest energy of all is that gatekeeper. Pretty dang ominous, that gatekeeper, but nothing dark or really bad that they used to be. I remember taking the horse down there, driving along the top road, just feeling the ominous, dark, evil presence all the way along that road.
Any advice for people on how to experience something at the castle, and what should you do and don't do?
I think obviously, you know, when you walk down to the castle, have an open mind, be very quiet, don't think of it as just a game, and you can actually set your intention before you go to the castle, up in the car, you know, the car park up there, that you want to connect with the spirit and you're coming in a good manner. Go with open heart, open mind, and then sit there and meditate. Sit there and do some deep breathing, empty your mind, close your eyes. A lot of people see with their eyes closed. They see in their third eye, they may see a shape, color, they may see something coming towards them, but when they open their eyes, they don't see it. That's psychic ability. A lot of people see the spirit world with their eyes closed. Go ahead, do that, take some pictures, and you will be good. You will be good to go.
Through shamanic remote viewing, through a visit to Barry Pomeroy Castle, what is the current situation in terms of how active the castle is and how many spirits are back and forth to the castle? And do you believe over the years that people have successfully moved spirits from the castle? I know it's their home and some have communicated with mediums over a year ago saying that it's their home and they are not going anywhere. But what are your thoughts and feelings on it?
I think we touched on this quite a bit anyway in some of those questions. Definitely there's been a big shift in the spirit world there. There's much more positive spirits there now. It does seem to be more of a residue type energy and residue type spirits that are there. They do seem to be a happy family. They're all going about their business. In the journey it talked about that when that fire happened, there was like a tear in the Earth's atmosphere, in that kind of astral energy, the akashic, if you want to call it, energy around the castle, which split the energy. And so a lot of stuff has been stuck in time. So you've got a timeline that keeps replaying itself across those vortexes. You've got the two vortexes, and then you've got this old timeline that actually keeps replaying itself. And the fire had a lot to do with that. It actually tore the Earth's energy field, the aura of that energy field there, which allowed spirit to get stuck in time. Also, you've also got the vortexes and the ley lines, which is also bringing energy from up under the earth and also from the four directions. So definitely has changed though. It's not as ominous and not as dark, not as foreboding as it was in the 70s.
With Halloween Fest approaching, there are ghosts and goblins in the air. Well, at least the papier-mâché variety. But in England, there's one ancient site where spirits and apparitions from the past seem to hang around all year long. It's Barry Pomeroy Castle, and it's earned the title of Great Britain's most haunted landmark.
The whole thing really about this place is amazing. The ghosts that occur here.
We had a strange feeling there was something wrong. It just started getting pretty weird.
It's always been very still, as though you're waiting for something to happen.
You learn to control your imagination, because at Barry Pomeroy, if you let your imagination run away with you, you could be a raving lunatic.
In its heyday, Barry Pomeroy Castle hosted princes, kings, and crusaders. And since 1688, no one has wanted to live within these walls. Visitors say there's something evil inside.
It sounded like this.
Ghostly shrieks are heard, ghoulish apparitions are seen, and photographs have captured the dark side of the castle. The crumbling walls of this once great fortress are perched above the desolate moors that blanket southern England. It is a land of ancient superstitions, defiled tombs, and long abandoned graveyards.
It's just brooding and evil. The evil is there in the atmosphere.
But is it only atmosphere? Sightings has teamed up with Tony Cornell, Great Britain's premier paranormal investigator, for the first in-depth study ever conducted at Barry Pomeroy Castle.
In my view, it's one of the most interesting cases I think I've come across, basically because so many people have seen things and felt things. You don't get that in all hauntings. You can waste a lot of time, but there's enough evidence that I've heard that we've got to examine this.
Cornell's first step was to gather historical and anecdotal data. He sought out historian Derek Seymour, who has studied the ghostly presences here for more than 70 years.
Every day I thought of this castle. If it was a lovely sunny day, I used to think, I wonder what it's looking like at the castle today. If there was a thunderstorm and the wind was howling, I used to think, oh, I wouldn't like to be at the castle today. Oh, no. The best-known ghost here is the White Lady. And the White Lady is, of course, the unfortunate Lady Margaret, who is seen to walk at the top of the stairs in that tower and down in the dungeon. She is really quite frequently seen.
Folklore tells of two sisters in love with the same man. Lady Margaret, the younger and more beautiful of the two, was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon by her jealous sister. There, she starved to death. Modern-day visitor Anne Benny recalls her encounter with the White Lady.
When we first went down the stairs into the chamber, it was dark, it was damp, and it wasn't a nice place to be. But then this evil presence, you could sense it was evil. I don't know how to describe it any other way, really. And then I heard the footsteps, very quick, very light. And the closer she got, the more panic-stricken I felt. I just wanted to get out of the place and not come back.
Tony Cornell walked the castle grounds with Jack Hazard, the former master stonemason of Barry Pomeroy. It was while working here in 1986 that Hazard captured what many consider the most authentic photographic evidence of a ghostly presence here.
It started to rain and the wind started to blow, and I thought there was something happening unusual. So I got the disc camera out and I took 5 or 6 shots. And on 5 of the prints, white shapes came out. Whatever they were, I've no idea, but it was a most unusual Sunday morning.
Sightings also heard stories of a haunting blue lady. She is thought to be the spirit of a 14th century Pomeroy who was raped by her father and then bore his child. Legend has it that she murdered the child in a fit of shame and rage.
And this unfortunate child was strangled by the mother, who did not want it, of course. Now, she's quite frequently seen. She's very evil, and people don't like the sight of her at all.
Visitors Simon Day and Tim King believe the apparition they saw on a trip to the castle was the Blue Lady.
What we saw was a figure of an elderly woman. She had a blue dress on, but you could see directly through her, and she was just staring at us. And this noise started.
But when you look in the direction where it actually happened, you can't see a thing. There was nothing there.
It screeched and stopped, and within a second it was in the bush next to us.
There was this really amazing screech.
It scared the hell out of us.
And they felt there that there was a power far stronger than themselves, and became absolutely terrified and went.
Terror also enveloped psychic investigator Bob Dolby, and it would not go away.
I was conducting an investigation expecting nothing at all. I was about to leave when, just by the rampart walls and the stairs leading down, I saw this huge black cloud. And to me it seemed probably the hugest and blackest, deepest thing I'd ever seen.
Dolby claims the black cloud, what he terms the evil entity, trailed him through the castle, then followed him back to his house nearby. That same night, he tried to use a Ouija board to make contact with the terrifying presence.
Is there anybody there? Aye. Yes. The glass moved erratically around the board, which was very unusual at the time. And then she made herself known. She popped up. Isabel? She struck us as a very evil little girl.
Through the Ouija board, they met a little girl named Isabel, who revealed that she was the bastard child of a disinherited Pomeroy from the 17th century. The Dolbys believe she spoke through the board and then actually appeared hours later in the Dolby bedroom.
I actually went to bed early and left the group downstairs experimenting with the Ouija board, and actually had the experience of somebody sitting on the back of my legs while I was lying on the bed. Thinking it was Bob messing about, I told him to get off, turned round, and it was actually a little girl with just a manic grin on her face.
Well, they both came to see me the next afternoon. They were so terrified. And I can tell you that they were frozen with shock.
There are hundreds of stories like these, all pointing to a bizarre force that permeates these ancient limestone walls. For Tony Cornell, these subjective accounts demand an objective investigation.
To me, this is probably, I go farther and say it is, the most haunted castle in England. I'm glad you brought me here. You're opening my eyes, and I think that I should go back and suggest that we get in touch with British Heritage and that we do a serious investigation over a period of time.
There is something pretty potent here. There's a very evil force, and if ever you encounter it on going to Berry Pomeroy, get out quick.
Based on the preliminary findings of our investigation, Tony Cornell believes that Berry Pomeroy Castle deserves a full-scale, long-term study. The problem is access. British Heritage, the trustees of Berry Pomeroy Castle, are not believers and so far have denied all requests for an intensive investigation.